It's time for some high school football. I'm Timmy Sheekat. Welcome you to Floyd Boutte Memorial Stadium here in Donaldsonville for tonight's REV game of the week between the Port Allen Pelicans and the Donaldsonville High Tigers. Before we talk about tonight's game, I'm going to send it down to my good friend Jimmy Frederick, who is standing by with some leaders from the Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance, which is part of the Leadership Ascension, to tell us more about the project. Down to you, Jimmy.
Thanks a lot, Tim. We really appreciate it. Joining me now down here on the field are the folks from the Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance. It's Barbara Robillard, Brittany Nicati, Haley Lindecker, and Falcon Meir, and we've got a great thing coming up. Barbara, first of all, tell us a little bit about the Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance and how did y'all get formed?
So we are part of the Ascension Chamber of Commerce Leadership Academy, and as a part of that, we were charged with coming up with a community-based opportunity to give back to the community. And we chose Donaldsonville because of all the amazing things that's happening there, to be difference makers in terms of things that we want to do to contribute to the community. And that's how we got started. And so we are Group 1.
I love it. That's awesome. And Haley, now you've got a big group project coming up. Tell us a little bit about it.
Yes, so we are working on refurbishing the welcome signs. We have the big one right here as you enter the city. We're working on installing a digital sign that the mayor requested so we can have real-life updates for the city, and then the one on River Road as well. We also are looking into re-landscaping, pressure washing, and just really trying to beautify Donaldsonville.
That is awesome. Now, Brittany, how can people get involved?
So you can follow us on Facebook, Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance. There's a QR code for you to donate. We have sponsorship levels starting at $500 and up. If you want more information, go find us.
And Falcon, I got to ask, what else are you going to be doing with this great project, and how awesome is it going to be when y'all have everything rocking and rolling?
We just want to make the city a little bit better place with a little bit of our work, and we want to thank everybody that helps us out, and go Tigers.
Thank you so very much. The Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance doing a great job here in Donaldsonville and in Ascension Parish. It is time to rock the Boutte. It's football time here on the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
REV presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Lindecker.
Hi, I'm Haley Lindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you some simple techniques that you can do at home to increase mobility and improve posture. The seated thoracic extension using a foam roller will improve your posture. Support your neck with your hands and keep your feet flat on the ground. Lean back over the foam roller while keeping your lower back neutral. Standing wand flexion is easy and very effective. Using a shoulder width grip, keep your arms straight and slowly raise the wand overhead as far as comfortable. For the pectoralis stretch, stand near a doorway and place your forearms against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Step forward slightly till you feel a slight pull in your chest to feel a stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Jimmy Frederick, along with me, my broadcast partner and assistant principal here at Donaldsonville, Timmy Sheekat. Timmy, thanks so much for being here, and what a great game we're going to have tonight.
Well, I love doing this with you, Jimmy. This has been a competitive match historically, especially the last 4 or 5 years. So I would expect nothing less here tonight.
Well, we're getting ready to have the coin toss, but let's take a look very quickly at our coaches for today's game. For Port Allen, Antoine Washington. He's in his first year. He is a graduate of Port Allen, so he has been there a while. Came back. He's been here, I think, for about 14 years as an assistant coach.
Yeah, he's been at Port Allen for quite some time now. First official game as a head coach last week. Got off to a rough start, losing his quarterback in the first two quarterbacks in the first couple minutes. But I'm sure Coach Washington's itching to get back here and compete here tonight.
And then for Donaldsonville, of course, Darnell Lee is in his second year.
Yes, Coach Lee came aboard last year. So excited to have him here as part of the Donaldsonville family. And Coach Lee's really had a chance to build his staff. He came in last year, got a couple guys, but now he feels a lot more comfortable having his full staff with him. So he's really putting his fingerprint on this team and this program here in year 2.
Last week, Donaldsonville beat Assumption 34-14. Port Allen had a tough one against Bruley 42-6, and you mentioned it. They lost their starting quarterback and their backup quarterback last week.
Yeah, that's not the recipe for anything cooking good right there, Jimmy. And I know Cade Lockett had to step in.
National anthem. We're going to let the band play the national anthem. Great rendition that time by the Donaldsonville High School Band. We're just about ready to kick this baby off. Let's take a quick look at our keys to victory. We'll start off with Port Allen. They have to eliminate the dumb penalties, get off the field on third down, and then they really got to sustain some drives.
Well, yeah, dumb penalties. I think Port Allen comes in here as a slight underdog. So especially, when you're the underdog, penalties will beat you. So, certainly they don't want to beat themselves.
And for that was actually okay. Sorry about that. But keys to victory for Port Allen, and then of course for Donaldsonville, they've got to control the clock, win in the trenches, and no giveaways.
Yeah, you don't want to give the ball away. Coming in as a favorite tonight, the worst thing you can do is turn the ball over and beat yourself. So I think if the Tigers can protect the football tonight, it should play well for them for sure.
Well, we are about set to kick this one off. So glad you've joined us for the REV Game of the Week. We had a wild one last night at Santa Maria versus Cecilia. 60-56 was the final score in that one. I don't know if we'll get to that level of scoring tonight, but it should be a fun one for sure.
Yeah, they certainly were testing out the scoreboard light bulbs down in the pit last night.
Well, I think they had to go out and get some more cannon ammunition because they kept shooting that cannon every time they scored.
That was certainly a good one. I was keeping up with it on my phone there, updates, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing after Santa Maria was up 21-0, but you definitely got to see a good one last night.
Donaldsonville will start off on offense. They'll receive the kickoff. Set to receive, Donald Brown is on the bottom of your screen. And it looks like number 7, Kinsey Little. It will be collected. Oh, bounces off his hands. He will collect it at the 6-yard line, and he'll have to do something with it. Doesn't get much, but he does get the football back, and that was a good break for the Donaldsonville Tigers. Let's take a look at the Donaldsonville offense to start things off. They'll start like this. Skylar Garrison, a very good quarterback. He's in his second year starting there. Anthony Johnson and Donald Brown will be in the backfield along with Kenzie Little and Quentin Dabney. The tight end is Jaden Allen. Across the front, you've got Sterling, the Dunham twins, Riley and Sanders.
And you saw Littles. He's been a big surprise filling in for injured Kai Jones. He stepped up really big last week, so he's a guy I'm really going to keep my eye on because he stepped up big in Kai's absence.
So the ball bounced off his arms and went all the way back to the 6. He was able to get about a 5 or 6 yard return. They'll start 1st and 10 from the 12. Screen pass, incomplete. Garrison trying to get it over to Brown. Let's take a look at the defensive starters now for the Port Allen Pelicans. They'll start like this. Across the front, you've got LaDuff, West, Thomas, and Henderson. Your linebackers, Jason Williams, Harlan Anderson, Sean Jackson, and your cornerbacks are Bennett and Dunn, and your safeties are actually Dunn and Lane, and your other cornerback is Jackson. There's a flag flying.
Yeah, it looked like the Pelicans jumped in a neutral zone there, and we talked about penalties, and that's a free 5 yards after a good stand on first down.
They had a little bit of problem with that last week. They certainly shot themselves in the foot a little bit more than Coach Washington would have hoped for. But one thing they worked on this week is overcoming adversity. When you have both your quarterbacks go down in the first 3 minutes of the game, it's a little bit difficult to get your head back into that one.
But there's not many teams on any level is going to bounce back from that.
Right. 2nd and 5 after the penalty. Skylar Garrison, 6'4", 210. I was watching him on the sideline, and he is an imposing figure.
And just a sophomore, Jimmy, so there's a lot of good things to come from Skylar.
Donald Brown picks up the first down. Watch it on the replay.
Yeah, just coming up. Actually, that's number 0, Anthony Johnson. And you'll see a two-headed monster with Johnson and Dabney running the ball tonight.
Johnson's 205, 5'9". He's a big downhill runner, really likes to move the pile. 1st and 10 here for the Tigers. Nowhere to go that time as big Kevin West, the senior defensive lineman, comes in and makes the tackle at the line of scrimmage. He's going to lose a yard or so.
Yeah, certainly nothing doing right there. Johnson, in both backs you'll see Johnson and Dabney certainly neither shy away from contact, but just nowhere to go right there for Johnson.
You mentioned Kai Jones. He's got a broken hand. Hopefully he comes back midway through the season. But Coach Lee said he's one of the best, if not the best, high school wide receivers she's ever seen.
Oh, he's so dynamic, and I'll talk a little more about him after this play, but just a dynamic player.
2nd and 11 for the Tigers. First offensive series of the game. Garrison drops back and finds his man. That is Donald Brown. Brown will get it to the 50-yard line.
Yeah, Donald Brown, look, he's one of the big-time guys that he's going to rely on. He's your top receiver right now, especially with Kai being out. Donald's he's played everywhere on this field. He actually started quarterback for the first half of last year, but just a dynamic player.
Brown had 3 receptions for 101 yards last week, and that's going to be another encroachment penalty, offsides penalty, the second one for Port Allen.
Well, keys to the game, we mentioned the penalties, and that's a free 10 yards Donaldsonville has gained via the penalty on this drive.
So Caden Thomas will come out of the game for Port Allen. He is replaced by, I believe, number 31. I'll check that in just a second. 1st and 5. Brown goes in motion and turns back around. Handoff to the big man, Anthony Johnson. Johnson rolls for another 7 or 8 yards.
Yeah, like I say, we'll see Johnson and Dabney, 2 different skill sets, but one thing they have both in common is they're not scared to lower the shoulder and get those extra yards. As you see Johnson doing that right there.
Well, right now they are controlling the clock, exactly what they wanted to do, and moving this football with pretty good ease.
Yeah, it's been a very efficient drive so far for the Tigers.
Beautiful night for football. It was a little cooler than I expected it out on the field. It's not cool by any stretch of the imagination.
South Louisiana cool.
That's it. Middle September cool. There's a little jet sweep. come back on the end around for Brown and a little flip. It's actually a complete pass, if you want to call it that, because he flipped it to him. But he had nowhere to go. The defense for the Pelicans stiffens.
Yeah, Tigers, there's just a little bit trickeration right there, but Pelicans were not fooled. Brown not even able to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Second down and 11. The seventh play of this drive. Garrison calls for the football, rolls to his right. Looking for somebody, dumps it off in the flats. A big hit that time by number 10 coming off the edge, Jonathan Lanes.
Yeah, and again, that's Kenzie Littles on the catch, the guy we talked about, who was going to step up for when Kai Jones was injured, and Kenzie Littles has really seized the opportunity over these first two games.
Well, I'm very impressed with the ability of Garrison to find his man and get it to him quickly, but not putting too much on it. Sometimes you have quarterbacks that are so strong that they throw the ball too hard for their receivers to catch it, and that is not the case for Garrison, but he's putting a little mustard on it for sure. Handoff to the big man. Johnson cuts inside, still on his feet. He's going to the end zone, touchdown, and the Tigers draw first blood.
Yeah, great run right there by Johnson. Great vision. He had the 5 or 6 yards, and he saw that hole to his left. He made that step, and he made the most of it. Great run there by Johnson. And going back to Skylar Garrison, as you were talking about, having that touch, that's something he's gained this year that he probably didn't have last year. He's worked on that a lot. I know he's going to the Manning Passing Academy, some other, with a camp at LSU. So something he's really worked on in off season.
Number 99 getting on the field. That is Robert Clark, sophomore. Mario Gonzalez will try the extra point. Johnson is holding for him. Good snap. The kick is up, and it is good. So with 8:12 left to go in the first quarter, it is 7-0. Back right after this on the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Well, that's the way you want to open a game, with a sustained drive. It was 8 plays, and it was 88 yards on the drive with a 12-yard touchdown run for Johnson. And so that's a good way for the Tigers to start things off.
Absolutely, and they were able to do what they wanted to do in terms of keeping it balanced. You saw it on the ground, you saw it through the air, so Tigers kind of multi-dimensional, and that's one thing new offensive coordinator Sterling Mobley has focused on, is really providing some balance throughout his offense.
The Pelicans did show some good defensive stands at times, but the big offensive line really did a good job as we see the kickoff go into the end zone. And the Pelicans will take over 1st and 10.
I've seen old Mario Gonzalez kick off a lot of times over the last few years. I think that's the first touchback I remember old Mario getting. So good job by kicker Mario Gonzalez right there.
I tell you, watched a lot of high school football, and you don't see him get into the end zone very often.
That's right. And, I sat here, I've watched more and coached in more Donaldsonville High games than I can remember. But one thing, we never really had that kicker. So Mario is something, solid with those extra points, been very dependable. So big asset here for the Tigers.
First play from scrimmage for the Pelicans. We'll get their starting lineup in just a second. Let's take a look at our offensive starters for the Pelicans. They'll start like this. It'll be Cade Lockett at quarterback. He's the third quarterback in the rotation. Williams will be the running back. Your receivers are Lanes, Whaley, Brown, and Bennett. Across the front, Ferguson, Johnson, Rizzuto, Taylor, and Thomas. Crunched by number 51. Let's take a look quickly if we can. That was Caden Sanders. Let's take a look at the defensive starters now for Donaldsonville. They will start like this on defense. Across the front, you've got DeCaleb Green, Kaiser Wilson, Clark, and Jaden Allen. And then the linebackers are Davis, Sanders, and Phillips. Cornerbacks are Thomas and Tank Dabney. And your safeties are Rodrigue and Brown. Isaac Rodrigue, coach talked a lot about him. Good safety, possibly a good cornerback as well. And there was another big defensive play, that time by number 24, Zaylon Phillips.
Yeah, and look, Coach is really so excited about his linebacking core. We saw number 51, Caden Sanders, who's a guy who didn't play all that much last year, but really worked so hard in the offseason, which allowed them to kind of shuffle some guys and move Jaden Allen to defensive line, where Jaden has been almost unblockable at times.
Isaac Rodrigue will be set to receive the kick at about the Pelican 47. Punting it away with Malachi Bennett for the Pelicans. And a timeout is called. Port Allen calls the first timeout of the ball game. Let's take a look at last year's record. Both of these teams had decent seasons last year. Port Allen comes up a little bit short. They were 5-7. Donaldsonville finished 6-6 and lost in the regionals to St. James.
Yeah, it was good. It was a step in the right direction for the Donaldsonville football program, especially, Coach Lee's first year to go out and, not only make the playoffs, but get a playoff victory. So, just trying to build on that success last year.
Over the last 4 years, these two teams have played, of course, 4 games, but Donaldsonville won in 24, 21-17, another close one in 2023, and then they're all close except for 2021, where it was Donaldsonville 40-18.
Yeah, and I think that last year game just ended because I remember that we had lightning delays. It was well after midnight when that one ended last year.
Oh, man. Glad we don't have to deal with that this time. Oh, this is going to be an unfortunate punt. But it does take a big Pelican bounce. I didn't think there was any chance of that. It rolls all the way down to the 50-yard line. He punted it straight up in the air. It bounced on the nose of the football and spun forward.
Jimmy, I thought that ball was going to be around the 20-yard line.
Me too.
It's currently at midfield, so it wasn't pretty, but, effective. And I'm sure after seeing it off the foot, the Pelicans will take that.
Yeah, 100%. So great field position for the Tigers. They'll start at the 50-yard line. The nose of the football just at the 50. Second possession now for the Tigers on offense. Skylar Garrison, of course, the quarterback out of the pistol. Handoff to the big man Johnson. He's going to be stood up. He'll get a yard, but that's about it. Nice stand right there for the Pelicans.
And if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That Tigers still leaning on Johnson, who's only gets one right there, but so far he's been kind of hard to stop for that Pelican defense.
We've got our hydration timeout at 6-minute mark of every quarter in September. We take a hydration timeout, and we're going to take a timeout with them. We'll be back right after this. The Tigers are leading 7-0 over the Pelicans. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Quick scoring update. East Ascension at home against Salmon. They are leading 7-0 in the early going of that one. Saw EA 2 weeks ago, Timmy, and, man, that first half that they played against Brother Martin was near flawless. But then Brother Martin played Brother Martin football and unfortunately came away with the victory for East Ascension. But it was a good start for them this year, I thought.
Yeah, it'd be big for them to come up with a victory tonight after such a hard-fought game last week.
Brings up second down. So they didn't even give him a yard. He said it was stop forward progress. This is going up top and overthrows his intended receiver, trying to get it to Tank Dabney. And tell you, it looked like he may have turned a different way than Garrison may have thought he was going to.
Certainly he had his pick of two wide receivers who were pretty open. And, yeah, you hit right on it, Jimmy. Certainly was open. Dabney was looking at outside. Garrison was throwing it to his inside, so not sure what was the miscommunication there, but Coach Mobley dialed one up, and it was definitely open.
Dabney's an all-state basketball player. Had 400 receiving yards last year. Rushed for 137 and a touchdown last week against Assumption. Pretty good effort. Whistles will blow there. Flags will fly.
And you talk about that Donaldsonville basketball team. The starting fives out there on the football field right now, Jimmy. And, you know, a really good basketball group made the top 28 2 years ago, hoping to get back there this year.
Well, we keep talking about Skyler being such a good quarterback. He's also one of the top-ranked basketball. He's only a sophomore, one of the top sophomores in the state.
Yeah, you know, and he came in he had never played football, Jimmy. He talked to Coach Lee. He said, man, I'd be interested in playing. He said, can I try a quarterback? Coach Lee was like, come on down. And
absolutely.
Now you see where we're at here.
Dropping back the pass once again. He's going to go deep and tries to find just a little bit too far out in front of him.
Yeah, Little had a couple steps on him, not placed exactly where you wanted, so Tigers will have to send a punt unit out right now. So Mario Gonzalez doubles up as the punter for the Tigers.
It'll be Lanes, number 10, set to receive the kick for the Pelicans. We are in a holding pattern for some reason. Everybody's kind of looking around. I'm not sure.
Well, the clock's
rolling.
Clock is ticking.
Yeah.
So
there we go. They're missing somebody. Marcus Mayo will get on the field. Better get it all. Okay, they did get it away. Good punt for Mario, and it will be taken by Lanes on the run. Lane's got some running room, and he will be chased down from behind by none other than our good friend Mr. Johnson there.
Yeah, it looked like he had some running room. And looking at that first series of Port Allen, you know, out your top two quarterbacks, you know, I'm sure you're looking for a big play on special teams, kind of, you know, spurt that offense. You know, two quarterbacks down. Think you have a limited play selection here tonight for quarterback Lockett.
Absolutely. You know, Kate, this is his first year to play football, and now you're the quarterback of a high school varsity football team? That's really throwing a guy in the deep end. But he has done pretty well. Coach said they're going to make sure that he has just enough to make him successful. Lockett, look to his right, cuts back to the left, and they just have no running room. That defense is just so stiff right now. I believe that was Davis.
That was number 2, Jaden Allen. And Allen converted from a linebacker, and, boy, has he found a spot on that defensive line. He has been really dominant these first 2 weeks, and he's so hard to block, so quick off the snap. He's going to cause fits for opponents all year.
Brings up 2nd and 14, and there's a sack. Well, Green on the tackle. That was actually a tackle for a loss.
It's kind of pick your poison here. You got Jaden Allen on one side, and you have the Caleb Green on the other. Two very, very dominant guys on that defensive line. So which way you going to go? You're both running into the teeth of that Tiger defense there.
Well, so far, the Pelicans' offense has been all negative yardage, and they're 3rd and 18. Little screen pass, and my goodness, just crashing down. this Tiger defense is coming to play.
It looks like they may have blown it dead. I see a false start prior to the snap, so Pelicans may get another opportunity at it. And one thing Coach Lee talked about that he's been encouraged is the pursuit to the football. And as I've seen so far tonight, you're getting a lot of black hats around the football, so that's something that's going to certainly make him happy.
Well, the penalty backs him up 5 more yards. It'll bring up 3rd and 23. Quick pass into the flats. Nowhere to go with it, and he didn't even catch it. He heard footsteps for sure. That was Lanes on the intended receiver, and they will have to punt it again.
Yeah, really just nowhere to go, as you see. Right when he gets it, number 3, Quentin Dabney, is right there to meet him. So really nothing brewing there on that series for the Pelicans.
Dabney plays both ways. He's got 3 or 4 guys playing both ways for the Tigers. 4th and a country mile here. Malachi Bennett will try to punt it away. It didn't look good last time, but it sure was effective. On his first punt of the game. Barely gets it away, but it's a much better effort. It will be caught. And got a little bit of running room. Number 5 up the sideline. And he's going in for the score on the punt return. Great job that time for Rodriguez.
Yeah, Rodriguez, again, another one of those fantastic sophomores on this Donaldsonville roster. Hasn't seen many touches, but that's in his future with just a dynamic safety. First year, coach said, I want to see him returning the balls this year because his future, he's going to play some offense in years to come. But just a really dynamic player, as you saw right there.
50-yard punt return for a touchdown. 13-0 at the moment with 3:58 left to go here in the first quarter. The kick is up, and it is good. He is 6 for 6 on extra points this season. We're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. The Tigers are rolling here on the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Well, it has been exciting so far with a 12-yard run for A.J. Johnson in the first series, and then a punt return that time by Isaac Rodriguez. And the Tigers are moving this football at will at the moment.
Yeah, great start for the Tigers. You mentioned something about the Tigers. Some players going both ways. One coach that Coach Lee has sung the praise of is new strength and conditioning coach, Reggie Harrison. One thing that caught my eye last week, that week 1 game, it was very humid. That's when you see a lot of cramps. Didn't see any cramps for the Tigers last week, so that says a lot about Coach Harrison's conditioning program.
Mario Gonzalez will put his foot into it again. He had a touchback a little bit ago, and this is another boomer, but it will be caught and collected at the 15-yard line. He's got a little bit of running room. He will get outside and thrown out of bounds at about the 35-yard line.
Yeah, so big drive here for the Pelicans. At this point, I think you're looking, let's try to get a first down. All right, yet to get a first down. Struggled really to get back to the line of scrimmage. So, you really don't want to send that Tiger offense back on so quick. So, Port Allen's really got to figure out a way to try to move the sticks here on this drive.
Really quick, couple of scoring updates. East Ascension leading Salmon 15-0, coming to the end of the first quarter in that one. And Prairieville and Parkview are scoreless after 1. 3:51 here in our game, and it is 14-0. And there is just literally no stopping the defensive line right now. That was DeCaleb Green. He had 4 sacks last week, 2 TFLs, 5 tackles. I mean, just incredible.
And he told me this week, make sure you let everybody know I was player of the week. I don't know, there's different player of the week. So he was a player of the week, so he wanted me to make sure I mentioned that tonight.
Well, let me tell you something. He deserved it for sure. Another 6-yard loss for the Pelican offense. This will be Lanes taking a direct snap, getting close back to the original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, and, if you put on, you're really hoping to see those plays on first down. The negative plays, going to have to eliminate them to be able to stay in this ball game.
There's not a timeout on the field, but the play clock isn't ticking, and neither is the game clock. I'm not sure what the discussion was, but Lanes went over to his coaching staff and talked to Coach Antoine Washington. Now we're ready. Maybe.
Well, we're ready, Jimmy.
That's right. They're getting the play from the sideline, I believe. Now they've got it. 2:40 on the clock ticking here in the first quarter. Been a fairly quick affair so far, mainly because this defense has been so stout. Lanes throwing the football for his first pass tonight, and it's complete. And they got some positive yards, close to a first down.
Interesting to see where the spot's going to be. He is close. Couple missed tackles, allow him to get a couple extra yards.
That was Malachi Bennett on the reception.
Pass complete.
So they pick up not quite enough, but it was about an 11-yard pickup or a 13-yard pickup, and they're a yard shy. It brings up 4th and 1. Lanes is still back at quarterback, and they're bringing the house. There's a flag down, and they'll whistle them dead, and they'll back them up 5. That is the 4th penalty against the Pelicans.
Yeah, and that's really a big penalty because we talked about the importance of moving the sticks on this drive, something they haven't done yet, and to, pretty much back them out, I would assume. Actually, they're going to call Donaldsonville. I thought the initial call was false start.
I thought they did too because the side judge, pointed toward the Pelicans.
He lost the argument, and
that's right.
That'll move the sticks for the Pelicans, much needed for
First
Port
down
Allen.
for them. First of the night. Just under 2 minutes to play here in the first quarter. Beautiful night here in Donaldsonville.
Hall of Fame night here.
Oh, really?
We get some 5 new former Tigers inducted to the Donaldsonville Hall of Fame.
Congratulations to them. Well deserved for sure. They take a lot of time getting their plays in.
When I'm starting to wonder, is that strategically just kind of shorten the game?
Right. And it's also, now you got a new quarterback in there. That's the second pass that's incomplete because Cade Lockett started the game. He had a little bit of trouble. And, again, he's only played football for 3 weeks, basically.
Yes, and you went from 3 weeks playing football as a wide receiver and then stepping in as a starting quarterback.
And never stepped foot on a football field before that. I mean, that's brings up second down. Pass a little bit high that time. Jonathan Lanes will take it himself, cuts inside, picks up 4.
Good run in there by Lane, just taking what he can get. Sanders coming into the tackle. But, yeah, again, a positive play. We're starting to see some positive plays when there were so many negatives in those first 2 drives. So I'm sure Coach Washington just kind of looking to build on the positive plays he's getting here on this drive.
Right at a minute left to go here in the quarter. 3rd down and 5.
And it just appears, they are in no hurry. I think kind of strategically,
right.
Let's shorten the game here.
That's a good point. Third and 5, first time they're inside Tiger territory, and Lanes is going to be mauled. Nobody touched Zion Davis, I believe.
Yeah, Zion, very smart guy. You're not going to outwit him. You know, he's a 4.0 student, and, you know, he brings a lot of heat. And that's another one of those linebackers I had talked about, Caden Sanders, that really committed to the off-season program, and just seeing a lot better linebacker play this year by Donaldsonville.
3rd and 8. They lost 3 on that one. Make it 4th down. Excuse me. They hadn't turned the yardstick. They look like they're going to go for it, and that's going to end they're going to let the quarter run out. And as we will do the same, it is an exciting first quarter of football here at Floyd Boutte Stadium. 14-0, the Tigers leading the Pelicans of Port Allen. We'll be back right after this on the REV Game of the Week.
REV presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Leindecker.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you some simple techniques that you can do at home to increase mobility and improve posture. The seated thoracic extension using a foam roller will improve your posture. Support your neck with your hands and keep your feet flat on the ground. Lean back over the foam roller while keeping your lower back neutral. Standing wand flexion is easy and very effective. Using a shoulder width grip, keep your arms straight and slowly raise the wand overhead as far as comfortable. For the pectoralis stretch, stand near a doorway and place your forearms against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Step forward slightly till you feel a slight pull in your chest to feel a stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Welcome back, everybody. We start the second quarter. It is 4th down for the Pelicans. Another quick scoring update. Salmon has scored in the game against East Ascension. It's now 15-6. About 5 minutes left to go in the quarter.
Isaac Rodrigue looking to get his hands on another one here.
He's already got a 50-yard touchdown return, punt return for a touchdown. This one will go off the side of his foot. The last time he did that, it rolled for 40 yards. And it does, well, this time it'll bounce back and take pretty good field position for the Tigers.
Yeah, not so fortunate on that bounce. Certainly want to shout out the Hall of Fame class for this year for the Tigers. Spencer Harvey, Lanisha Stevens, Claude Barnes, Elgin Garnett, and Kenneth Stell. So that's going to be the newest members of the Donaldsonville Tiger Hall of Fame. So we definitely congratulate those ladies and gentlemen.
Definitely congratulations to them. This will be the 3rd offensive possession. They scored on their first offensive possession. They went 88 yards for a touchdown. Well, the drive was 88 yards. And they stalled out when they started on their own 50 in their second drive. Then, of course, the punt return for a touchdown. So this is only the 3rd time the offense has been on the field. Garrison dropping back, looking for it. Zips it in to Johnson. AJ just decides not to get hit.
All right, well, Donald Brown's a former quarterback, so, you know, he's got the slide in his repertoire, but definitely a good catch and run right there.
He got the first down by a good little bit, but he just decided he didn't want any part of lanes coming up on him quick. They cross midfield. They're in Pelican territory again. Dropping back again is Garrison. He's wide open in that middle of that zone every time. It looks like Johnson's going to take this one close. He's going to be chased down, and he's not going to be caught. He runs out of bounds, I think, at about the 1-inch line.
Yeah, it looks like going to spot him just short.
Just couldn't quite make the corner.
So Donald Brown set him up with the slide the play before, and but he turned on the accelerator for this one. Gets just a hair short of the end zone.
He was being chased by Chantrell Whaley, and he almost got him. It was a good effort by Whaley not to give up on him.
Referees are having a huddle session here, so
maybe I don't know if he's way back here at the 25-yard line. Is it a flag? Yep.
You're walking back.
Oh, that's a shame that they're going to negate that long run. I think they still pick up the first down. Let's see. No, maybe not. Our referee is Mr. Perkle. Holding is the call against the Tigers, their second penalty of the night.
They will move the chains, though. Spot foul.
Yep.
But a 35-yard difference in field position there for the Tigers.
So they get first down, and they'll try to reset it here.
But you hit on it, Jimmy. They are definitely picking on that little empty spot in the zone right over the middle. So you'd have to think Port Allen would have to try to make an adjustment, or the Tigers are going to continue going to it.
They play that too high safety, and there's just a big old gap. Another whistle. We get a timeout.
Tigers call a timeout there.
While we have a minute, let's take a look at District 7-3A final records from last year. Failed to mention, these are two 3A teams. You've got St. James went 10-3, and overall they lost in the Division III finals, non-select. Donaldsonville was 6-6, finished in the District 2-1, went to the regionals. Patterson 1-9, 1-2 in district, missed the playoffs, and Berwick did the same thing. They missed the playoffs at 0-3.
Yeah,
good district.
And until somebody slays the dragon, that is the St. James Wildcats. They've been sitting on top of that district for some time now.
Rev will be back at Donaldsonville on the Thursday night, the big game before Halloween against Berwick.
Yeah, Tigers beat Berwick last year, be a big district game, so look forward to that one.
So 1st and 10 for the Tigers. Again, so close to the end zone for A.J. Johnson, and they pulled it back on the holding call.
The Tigers put Dabney in the backfield here.
And it's going to be an option to Dabney. Dabney's got a big hole. He's going all the way to the 10-5 touchdown. Just one more play is all they needed, but wait. There's laundry on the field.
Very late flag, well behind the play, so definitely be unfortunate if the Tigers would be blocking behind the play, maybe illegally, so we'll see what the call is.
Look at that hole opened up, and he just did a great job on the outside. I think that was Donald Brown. I'm not sure if he was the one that was blocking, but whoever was did a great job on the kick-out block.
And Garrison, showing some maturity, very patient right there. He didn't get rid of it too soon. Waited till the defender committed to him and pitched it to Dabney, went untouched, but it looks like it'll be all for naught.
Man, 2 holding penalties in a row on 1-inch line run and then a touchdown pulled back. That's a shame.
So, Tigers going to try to do it again here.
1st and 20. All the way back to the Pelican 40.
Yeah, and didn't see the penalty, but certainly was well behind the play. Definitely unnecessary, so coaches won't be happy there.
Little goes in motion, dropping it over the top. What a catch for Brown. Not Brown. That's number 2.
That's Jaden Allen hauling that one in from that tight end position. Look, we talked about him dominant at the defensive line position, defensive end. Showing a little ball skills right there.
That was an amazing catch. Well, they pick up the 22 yards. It took a little bit more than they needed on the 1st and 20 play, and it brings up 1st and 10 once again at the 23-yard line. Garrison will have Brown go in motion once again. This will be a handoff straight up the middle. Nice cut outside. Little still on his feet. He reverse direction, and he's going to try to get to the end zone. He's got the angle, and he's in for a score, and there's no flags on the play.
Not yet, but what a run by Quentin Dabney. Just hits through that left side. Looks like he's going to have a nice 5 or 6 yard gain. Reverses field and no one there. Just great job, great field awareness right there for Dabney to get in the end zone.
Mario Gonzalez looking to see if he can get 7 in a row here on the season. It is 20-0 as we stand with 10-11 left to go in the half. Kick is up, and he bangs it through. He's perfect on the season. With 10-11 left to go here in the first half, Donaldsonville leading Port Allen 21-0. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
So on that drive, they scored almost 3 times. They scored twice, almost got in, and then the final one finally was good.
Yeah, you had Donald Brown going down to the 1-inch line, Dabney going in the end zone. And then finally, to put a bow on it, Dabney gets in the end zone again. Heck of a run. Tigers very resilient that drive, overcoming a little penalty issues to finally convert that touchdown.
Keithan Brown is set to receive along with Lanes. And this is a booming kick by Gonzalez. That was Keithan Brown receiving the kick. Gets it back to the 25-yard line.
Oh, Isaac Roderick, great job of covering on that kick right now. We've seen him return a punt return for a touchdown and a big tackle. So we've seen him on both ends, but all over the field on special teams for Josh Isaac Roderick.
Got a great halftime interview coming up for you. We'll have the Donaldsonville principal, O'Neal Robinson, will come and join us. Can't wait to talk to him about all the great things happening here at Donaldsonville.
Oh, he's very enthusiastic. Should be a good interview.
Excuse me, Lord. 1st and 10 for the Pelicans. They moved the ball the last time they had it. They will move it again, but again, a nice effort by the defense. And a good job by the running back to wrap that ball up with 2 hands.
Yeah, we talked about Donaldsonville flying to the football. Got a little lazy on that one. There's a couple guys standing around watching as that running back kept churning those legs for a good 7-yard gain.
It was Jason Williams on the carry. Picks up 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Challenge for defense. High school here, you get up to a big early lead is to keep that focus. So we'll see if the Tigers can do that defensively.
Lanes back in at quarterback, keeps it himself. He'll get the first down and more. Picks up about 6.
So, Lane, this guy's really a competitor. You're looking at it, you can tell this guy's just competing. Looked like he wants to take it outside, cuts back inside, so moves the sticks for the Pelicans. So Lane is out there competing. We see something going on if that's a penalty.
And you have to remember that this is our 4th quarterback, and it's only week 2.
Hadn't played a game and a half yet, quarterback number 4. That's definitely tough. Not sure what's going on in the field here.
Both the starting quarterback, who is Caleb West, a senior, and the backup quarterback, Tyler Payne, a freshman, are expected to return to the lineup in a couple of weeks. So there's nothing too serious, which we're happy to hear for sure for the Pelicans.
Absolutely, and I'm sure they can't wait to have them back because, every starting position is hard to replace, but that quarterback, we all know that position is just a little bit different.
1st and 10 from the 38-yard line of the Pelicans.
And the Pelicans, no hurry to snap the football.
trips to the top of your screen. It's going to be a handoff. He will be met in the backfield. That was Darwin Royal, I believe, on the carry.
Yeah, it looked like 27 Davis again on the tackle. Again, you know, can't talk. Coach Lee can't brag more about these linebackers who've really improved since last year.
That'll bring up second down.
Picked up 2 on that one. It'll be 2nd and 8. Dropping back. Missed throws intended for number 3, Malachi Bennett. Incomplete, just a little bit outside of his reach.
Yeah, dangerous throw because there was a Tiger in that area on that line of that ball. You know, if he breaks on that ball, could be in the end zone. So kind of averted disaster right there.
Brings up 3rd down, the ball at the 40-yard line by about a pig's whisker. Lane's going to be chased. He's going to be twisted down and sacked. Number 23 that time on the stop. Kaiser Wilson on the sack.
Yeah, and he averted a disaster earlier. He missed by Jaden Allen and Zaylen Phillips, but third guy could not get away from him. Just tons of pressure right there. Not much quarterback can do on that one.
So they'll lose a few yards, make it about 5-yard loss. And it brings up 4th down once again for them.
Good to see Isaac Rodriguez again. He's been all over the field on special teams, whether it's making tackles or returning punts. We'll see if he gets an opportunity to return one here.
Malachi Bennett drops the football. Wasn't a very good snap, and he will go down. And guess what? They've got great field position at the 23-yard line or the 24 of the Pelicans.
Yeah, something you don't want. Snap was a little low. It certainly should have been handled by the punter, but Tigers' pursuit to the football. And again, something the Pelicans don't want. Tigers with great field position at the 25-yard line. So certainly I look for Coach Mobley to get aggressive here, try to get the Tigers back on the board.
Well, really, the defense has only been able to stop the Tigers once so far. Dropping it back. Great catch. Down to the 1. A flag will fly. I wonder if it was a face mask.
Kenzie Little's on catch. Look like Tigers actually made a quarterback change. That's actually Donald Brown at quarterback right there. Throws to Littles. Walking back. May call offensive pass interference. Possibly just seeing the direction the officials are going.
Boy, they keep getting close to the end zone and bringing it back. Offensive pass interference. He must have pushed off.
Offensive pass interference called against the Tigers.
So that negates another big play for this offense, but that doesn't seem to affect them much.
Well, you know, if you Tigers off to a fast start offensively, but if you're looking at the negatives, you know, it has been the penalties, and you know, you can get away with that for so long, but you know, if that isn't cleaned up, that definitely comes back to bite you.
It's the 4th penalty of the night for Donaldsonville, and 3 of those have been big ones. Brings up 1st and 25, all the way back to the 40-yard line of Port Allen. A little handoff to Dabney. Dabney's got some room, and he will be slung out of bounds. Picks up 18, making 19.
First down, Tigers.
Yeah, again, Donald Brown in that quarterback, so I don't know if that was something strategic, or if they want to look him, or if Garrison got dinged up. But Donald Brown quarterbacking right here for this drive.
So it brings up 2nd down and 11. Actually picked up 14 yards on that carry. .656 left to go here in the first half. It's been a quick one so far. This time Brown calls his own number. He's got some running room. Good blocking up front. He's going to be in the end zone. Touchdown. No flags down. Great blocking ahead of him.
You know, Donald Brown brings a different skill set than Garrison does. And actually, Garrison was in at wide receiver on that one. But a little more dynamic with the run game. So Coach Mobley mixing it up, giving a lot of things to look at for this Port Allen defense. And Donald Brown, we've seen him on the receiving end. Now we've seen him rushing from the quarterback position. We talked about a very versatile player. Just a outstanding vision, outstanding run right there for Donald Brown. Get back in the end zone.
25-yard touchdown run for Brown. This kick is no good, and he breaks his streak, unfortunately. But with 6:49 to go in the half, the Tigers leading the Pelicans 27-0. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
It has been all Tigers so far in this football game against the Pelicans of Port Allen. 27-0 is the score. Just under 7 minutes to play, 6:49 in the half. Yeah, and they've overcome some adversity, Timmy.
Yeah, the penalties have put them, in unfortunate spots. But, when we look at the flow of the game, I mean, Donaldsonville has won it offensively, defensively, and special teams. So all three phases, the one setback or the one negative you could take away has been the penalties.
We've been focusing on the skill positions, but this offensive line for Donaldsonville has been very, very effective, moving the defenders out of the way and opening holes for the running backs and the quarterback.
And another touchback. We talk about winning the special teams battle as well. So Mario Gonzalez, and look, let me tell you about Mario. We talk about the conditioning programs. He's kicking it a lot deeper this year, and he's also been committed to that weight program over the summer. And we're seeing that, from the kicking position as well. How that conditioning program and that strength program benefits all your players. So 2 touchbacks, and what a weapon there for the Tigers.
Makes a big difference when you can do that. Pelicans have to get something going here. They punted the first 2 times up. Well, they punted all 4 of their possessions.
Yeah, certainly scratching their head looking for answers. The Tiger defense has pretty much been swarming since that opening possession.
Need something positive here. 1st and 10 for the Port Allen Pelicans. Lanes is still in at quarterback. He's going to pull the ball back from his intended running back, which was Brown, and he goes nowhere again.
Yeah, the Caleb Green just right back there to meet him in the backfield for a tackle or loss. Looked like 23 Zion Davis also in on the tackle. But, again, just nowhere to go for the Pelicans. That was actually 23 Kaiser Williams, my mistake.
So they lose 3, brings up 2nd down and 13. They're about to let this one go to the hydration timeout. And we will take it as well. 6 minutes left to go in the half. We'll be back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
We are back here at 6 minutes left to go in the half. So glad that you've joined us on the Rev Game of the Week.
Yeah, it's been all Tigers tonight, Jimmy. See if the Pelicans can get something started here with this possession. 6 minutes to go in the half. But it has been all Tigers so far tonight.
Well, it's a credit to these young guys. It's a credit to the coaching staff of Darnell Lee. Only in his second year here.
You know, you always hear, you know, you see that biggest leap from year 1 to year 2. So that second year, you know, we're seeing a team who has a lot of chemistry, has really bought into what Coach Lee and his staff are doing. And we're seeing them play with a lot more confidence this year, as you would expect in a second year.
Second down and 13 for the Pelicans. They're doing some shifting, moving some folks around. Tell you what, Malachi Bennett didn't like what he saw. And I think the referee is basically telling him can't move the football.
Yeah, he's definitely getting a lecture from the center, getting a lecture from the referee here.
Blake Rizzuto getting a talking to. Handoff to Jason Williams, and Williams picks up about 1.5 yards.
Yeah, just met in a hole by Caden Sanders. Again, Sanders, we talked about it earlier, just really committed to the offseason program, has improved leaps and bounds, earning a spot in that Tiger linebacking core.
Good crowd on hand, as you always would expect here at Donaldsonville, Floyd Boutte Stadium. Always supporting their football team.
Well, a lot of excitement, you know, with the win against Assumption last week. A team Donaldsonville hadn't beat, I think, since 2019.
Oh, wow.
So that brings a lot of excitement, getting that first win.
Big third down here, trying to make something happen. Lane uses his legs. He's got some room. He's at the 40. He's at the 50. Brown is going to try to chase him down, still on his feet, and finally run out of bounds at the 14-yard line.
And I think this one may come back as well, Jimmy.
Heavens.
We've seen a lot of big plays negated by the yellow flag tonight.
You're not kidding.
But it may be against Donaldsonville. I see Coach Lee out there. But they are walking back, so that's usually a sign of an offensive penalty.
Halftime, Prairieville versus Parkview. Prairieville is leading by a single point, 7-6 at halftime.
Well, Prairieville, an improved program in year 2 of the Hurricane era. So improved football team. So that'd be a big win, you know, going out there and beating Parkview in your second year of football.
Absolutely. They played well last year. Of course, they really, struggled in win column, but they still played well. And like you said, that year 1 to year 2, big jump.
Yeah, just starting out as a program, I remember Dutchtown, when they started. And, those first couple of years, it's just a struggle because, you don't have your full set of kids in there yet. So, but Coach Schmidt definitely doing a great job over there at Prairieville. So hopefully the Hurricanes can pull out a big win here tonight.
Let's take a look at last week's non-district results for 7-3A. Donaldsonville, of course, we already mentioned, beat Assumption 34-13. St. James big over East St. John 49-6. Morgan City over Berwick 40-14. Berwick, of course, coming here to play Donaldsonville on the REV Game of the Week on October 30th. And then Jeanerette big time over Patterson 44-20.
And I don't know what's going on.
I'm not either. I'm not sure either. The referee called the time. Said it was his timeout, so he basically stopped the clock.
We need your help right now.
And they are discussing it again.
To assist with the chain crew, they cannot restart the game until
we lost the chain crew, chain gang.
Sound like we have lost a member of the chain crew.
That's different.
And has caused a stop, which we had a full set of chain crew members. Never say you've seen it all because you oftentimes realize you haven't, and it's a first for me.
And they cannot play the game without a chain gang. That's the crew.
Well, Jimmy, you got this one the rest of the night on your own. I'm going to go hold some chains.
Okay, man, listen. I mean, you do it all up here. You were wiping the windows a little while ago.
I'll go hold the chains if they need me.
I mean,
Jimmy.
assistant principal and color analyst and all-around guy here at Donaldsonville.
I like a clean window, Jimmy.
Well, it's better to see out of for sure when you're trying to call a football game.
There's still some discussion out on the field. You see Coach Lee talking. And it's odd because it was a big play. It was a penalty, which apparently negated the big play. And now we're looking for someone to hold the chains, which we had a full set, so not sure.
Well, while we have some time, we'll go to the 7 3A non-district games happening this week. Of course, this is one of those, the Port Allen Donaldsonville game. And then St. James is at West St. John. Berwick is at Kaplan. And then next week, September 19th, West St. John will be at Donaldsonville. St. James will go to Terrebonne, Franklin at Berwick, and Patterson will be at Catholic High, New Iberia.
Yeah, certainly I'll be here for that West St. John Donaldsonville game. Donaldsonville trying to come back from a loss against West St. John last year. But I tell you, one really good game I saw in that lineup is going to be St. James and Terrebonne. Terrebonne has a talented squad. St. James is always talented. So very interested to see that St. James Terrebonne game, how that goes.
We're still waiting on a chain gang substitution. So this has been a quick first half until about 3 minutes ago.
Yeah, and, you know, we've seen a lot of the clock moving. Didn't anticipate this game being slowed down by the need for a chain gang member.
No, sir. No, sir. That was not in the script. But let's take a quick break while we sort this out and see if we can't get back to playing time in just a bit. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
We are back. We have a full chain gang, and we are ready to play football again.
Yeah, let's do it. Another big play negated. See how the Pels respond here.
Brings up 3rd and 20. It will be Lanes with the direct snap, and he is swallowed up. Nowhere to go. Nice job of the interior there. It was Jaden Allen, I think, in there, and it brings up 4th down.
Yeah, Jaden Allen, again, you know, we talked about him and DeCaleb Green, just two guys very tough to block. And one thing the Pelicans couldn't really have right there is a big play taken back, but here we are seeing Mr. Rodriguez get his hands on another punt here with 4 minutes to go.
Well, he should have good field position. He is set up at Rodriguez set up at his at the Pelican 42. It's been an adventure in kicking for the Pelicans today. A couple of them have turned out pretty well, but one of them definitely did not with the 50-yard return by Rodriguez.
Yeah, and we certainly, one thing we should have did here in the booth was knock on wood when we said we had a good pace to the game. Game was flowing.
The announcer's jinx, brother. Happens every time.
Looks like we have another delay here. Not sure what that one's about.
drone delay. Interesting.
Drone delay?
Drone flew over. There it is, right up there.
It is. And actually, that is for neither team. That's actually Ascension Parish Sheriff's Office drone.
Really?
So, yeah.
There's a good shot of it. It's not a UFO. It is a drone. Did not come from Russia either.
Now that we know of.
That's right. Well,
Ascension Sheriff's Department officials are asking that you back the drone up off of the field. Thank you.
this is truly a first for us. A drone delay. We had a chain gang delay and now a drone delay. And the announcer, the PA announcer said, will the Sheriff's Department please move the drone off the field, away from the field?
What's next, Jimmy? What's next?
I don't know. I mean, maybe we have a snowstorm in September.
I'm looking for the moon. Do we have a full moon tonight?
It was a beautiful one last night. I don't know. But they're not moving the drone, that's for sure. And there's the drone operator. I don't understand why he's just not moving it off a little bit so we can play football.
I would certainly beg him to do so at this moment.
Anyway, we're playing again, and the punt is away. Rodrigue will let this one. It takes an unfortunate bounce for the Pelicans, and it's going to be all the way back to the 27-yard line, and that's where finally the Tigers will take over 1st and 10.
1st and 10, 3:27 to go. You got to think they're trying to hit in that end zone one more time, up 27-0. As you see the officials talking to the sheriff's deputy. Some drone discussion going on over there.
I would have never even, that's a good catch by the officials to even think about that. Dustin Perkle is our referee, and he has had a lot to deal with tonight.
Tigers have Garrison back at that quarterback position.
Flags will fly. Man, you really did jinx him, brother.
Well, we had a heck of a pace going on here. It would be a false start. Back the Tigers up 5.
Well, it's better than the 3-15-yarders they got a couple of times.
So, game so far dominated by Donaldsonville, but when you look at corrections, because there's always corrections to make, definitely the penalties kind of stick out at you.
So it brings up 1st and 15, 3:24 left to go in the first half. Don't forget, Mr. O'Neal Robinson will be joining us, the principal here at Donaldsonville at halftime. Garrison's got plenty of time. Now he's going to dump it off. Ooh, did he get it? He got it! What a great one-handed catch by Jaden Allen, the tight end, all the way down to the 5.
Jaden Allen, tight end, defensive end / acrobat, because he's made 2 acrobatic catches here tonight. Dove for that first one and right there off the fingertips. Good job of staying focused and hauling that one in by Jaden.
Well, Garrison did a good job of scanning the field, keep his eyes up. He had plenty of time to throw it, and then it kind of broke down on him a little bit. Eyes downfield, found his receiver, but great job for Allen. Brings up 1st and goal from the 8. Just under 3 minutes. Run right up the gut. Picks up 3.
Yeah, it looked like the Tigers going with those tush push from the 8 yards. So that line, putting a lot of faith in your line right there. But that line has been very solid so far tonight.
Well, you've got Deshaun and Rayshawn Dunham, the twins, very, very smart up front. Better than a 4.0 average, and they've already graduated, so they're working on their associate degrees in the early college program.
That's correct. They're working on associate's degree. Very, very smart kids. Very hard work, and so staple up down that line for the Tigers.
Looks like the same formation. Brown under center. No, he's going to drop back and throw it to Garrison. Oh, just out of his reach. Nice little floating pass. It looked like Garrison kind of quit on the route a little bit.
Yeah, I think he may have been expecting the ball a little sooner. He kind of stopped. If he keeps going, that's an easy touchdown for the Tigers.
Well, I like the way they're mixing it up. I mean, when you're 6'4", 210, as Garrison is. I mean, he's quite a great quarterback, but he's also a big target for somebody to throw it to.
Yeah, tough to cover. Like you say, you can't teach 6'4". I mean, that's something that's not teachable and coachable. So Tigers trying to take advantage of that size disparity over there.
Brings
wide
up
receiver.
Third down, back still at the 6-yard line. Brown still not under center, but playing quarterback. Quick throw, and he overthrows Jaden Allen.
Yeah, we've seen Allen with some acrobatic catches so far tonight, but that one would have that'd took the cake if he made that. Tigers may try a field goal.
They are going to do that. Mario Gonzalez is going to come on. 23-yard field goal shouldn't be a problem for Mario Gonzalez, although I do not want to be the guy that jinxes him on this one.
Too late. It's already out there.
I know.
There's no takebacks now.
I know. From the left hash or the right hash. Good snap. Got it down. Kick is up, and it is good. So 1:50 left to go in the first half. It is 30-0. The Tigers continue to roll. We'll be back right after this on the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Well, good kicking so far for the Tigers. Made a few extra points. He's got the field goal from 23 yards. He's put 2 touchbacks into the end zone on kickoffs. I would say Mr. Mario Gonzalez has done his job.
Yeah, Coach Derek Falgood works a lot with Kicker Mario. So I'm Coach Falgood really happy. Great performance so far here, Tiger kicker Mario Gonzalez.
$150 left to go in the half. Don't forget, O'Neal Robinson, our halftime guest. This one will be collected and caught at the 14-yard line. I believe that's Lanes, and Lanes will be met by a black wall at the 29.
And a wall it was. Great job flying down the field by the Tigers. Well, that's some pursuit to the football. Look like led by Zaylen Phillips, number 24, Tiger linebacker. I think Coach Lee's really got to be happy with his special teams play here tonight.
Yeah, I agree with you. On all phases of it, from returns to coverage.
I would think Port Allen probably not going to be too aggressive here with only 145. I don't think you want to get the ball back to the Tiger offense.
They've only been able to stop the Tiger offense one time so far in the ball game. Handoff up the middle. Jason Williams carries the football for positive yards, picks up 7.
Run it on first, get a positive game. May have an inkling to take a shot after that. We'll see what the Pelicans opt to do.
Jason Williams on the carry for the Pelicans, bring up 2nd down and 2.
Casey Carter, I think, was the one that made the tackle. Number 27.
Is that rain I see, Jimmy?
Gosh, it sure is. Man, okay, I don't even know now. They said it wasn't supposed to rain for 3 weeks.
So we saw
what is going on here in Donaldsonville?
Chain delays, drone delays, 0% chance of rain, and here comes the rain.
Man alive. All right. Well, wasn't a snowstorm, but it was a rainstorm. And it's falling pretty good right now. Didn't knock the drone out of the air, though.
No. I would expect the Pels to snap it one more time before half.
Yep. Brings up third down. 23 seconds to go in the half. And lane is going to be Pelayed by number 24, Zaylen Phillips.
Phillips on the tackle for the Tigers.
That should do it for the half. And it has been all Donaldsonville Tigers in the first 24 minutes of this football game.
Yeah, it was interesting to see if maybe they would call a timeout there, make the Pels punt it, but looked like they're going to content with the 30-0 lead and going to take it on into the halftime locker room.
What an exciting first half if you're a Donaldsonville Tiger fan. We will take a break with them as they head to the locker room. The Tigers lead 30-0 here at Floyd Boutte Stadium. Don't go anywhere, folks. It's raining in Donaldsonville, but we're still playing football. Back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
Rev presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Leindecker.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you some simple techniques that you can do at home to increase mobility and improve posture. The seated thoracic extension using a foam roller will improve your posture. Support your neck with your hands and keep your feet flat on the ground. Lean back over the foam roller while keeping your lower back neutral. Standing wand flexion is easy and very effective. Using a shoulder width grip, keep your arms straight and slowly raise the wand overhead as far as comfortable. For the pectoralis stretch, stand near a doorway and place your forearms against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Step forward slightly till you feel a slight pull in your chest to feel a stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Welcome back to Floyd Boutte Stadium in Donaldsonville, Louisiana. It has been an exciting first half of football. It has been all Donaldsonville for the first 24 minutes. 30-0 is how we stand here at halftime. Joining me now is a very special guest, the principal here at Donaldsonville High School, Mr. O'Neill Robinson, and his beautiful daughter, Samaya. And we're so glad that you were able to join us, and thank you for having us. We really appreciate being here and all the hospitality. You guys have been wonderful. Mr. Robinson, I wanted to ask you first, what about this great new this new school year that we've got? We're just about a month in, and I know things are going spectacularly.
It is. It's amazing to see how great our kids are because they need that love and the support, not just from home, also in the school system as well. We foster a climate where everybody's a family. We treat everybody as if they are our family. So the love that we pour into our kids are being able to adhere to everything that we are saying, such as making sure you go to class on time, come to school on time, wearing their IDs before they get into the building. They have been complying with our simple requests. I just love my kids, and they're just so amazing.
Well, y'all have added some new things, a welding program, I believe, and a cosmetology, all kinds of new things that are happening here at Donaldsonville.
Well, it's amazing how the kids, the female students say that y'all always doing something for the male students. Why don't y'all do something for the female students? So the kids, female kids, emailed the superintendent and say, hey, we would like to have a cosmetology program at our school. So guess what? It came into fruition. The class is amazing. I spoke with one of the young ladies the other day. She said, is there the cosmetology too? Which means the first class, they need a second class because they are so excited about it and they just want to learn more about the hair world.
Well, and that's something I've just never heard of in the high school anywhere. I mean, it's got to be unique across the country even.
Yeah.
And you kind of already mentioned it, but this is also just a great community school. The community really comes and really supports you guys.
It is. Our community is small, and just like I tell everyone, I just about know every family just about because our community is so small. Some of the kids that are now there is their mother and their father I taught at Donaldsonville High School. So it's almost like it coming to full circle again. I'm seeing my former students' children are now students of Donaldsonville High School.
and you've only been, you've been in the principal's role for about a year or so. How about transitioning for you, just coming from the classroom to the administration side?
So for me, I've been in administration for a while.
Okay.
I left and went back to become a teacher at Donaldsonville High School. And then from there, the superintendent, David Alexander, said, you ever thought about going back in administration? I said, nah, not really. So when a position did come available at Donaldsonville High School to become an assistant principal, I applied for it, and I did get the job.
Well, I know everybody's so happy to have you here, and my understanding, I didn't realize this until Timmy was telling me about it, this is Hall of Fame weekend for you guys.
Oh, yes, and I'm so excited to see some of the former students being recognized who have done so well in the athletic world for Donaldsonville High School, just to see that they're being recognized for their efforts and what they have done and what they are currently doing in those endeavors in their lives.
How about what's coming up for the next couple of months or so? You got to have some special things happening soon.
Yeah, we have Literacy Night going to be coming up. We're going to have our community come in and see exactly how their children are being educated. They're going to go through some serious things such as how the ACT, why that is important, why work keys is important, why taking the LEAP exam is important, why making sure that everybody as seniors apply for scholarships. So we have like a community-based thing. It's the first time Donaldsonville High School ever had a literacy night. So we want to foster our stakeholders to come in and see exactly what is happening within our school system.
Well, another thing that I was very struck by when I was talking to Coach Lee is the two linemen, the Dunham brothers, are getting their associate's degree.
Oh, yes, they are. And it's amazing. Again, I taught their mom and their dad. So which means to see them coming through and see how bright they are and how focused they are so mannerable, they're respectful, they get the job done, they take education very seriously because their ACT scores are up. It's over the 20 plus, so I'm just so excited to see that, my former students' children are aspiring for greatness.
Amazing. We're just so thankful to have you here and allowing us to be here to do this game. We'll be back. Rev will be back for the big Berwick game around Halloween. But, again, thank you so much for being with us, and we really appreciate everything.
And I want to thank you for allowing your company to come in and advertise our school for this week. We are very grateful. We're thankful from the bottom of our heart because we need people out in the world to see how great our kids are because our kids are destined and headed for success.
It's about telling the good stories.
Oh, yes.
That people don't hear as much as we need to be hearing.
Yes, sir. I really do thank you. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Mr. O'Neill Robinson. And
Dr. O'Neill Robinson.
I apologize, Doctor. I apologize. That was not on my list of things. Somebody's going to get in trouble for that. Dr. Robinson and his beautiful daughter, Samaya, thank you so much again for being with us.
It.
And we got some more football coming up. We'll be back right after this. We're going to watch the
so
band.
Much. Thank you.
And we will be back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
Thank you.
The band is under the direction of Mr. Joshua Warman, your dance instructor, Ms. Sherelle Honoré, and Ms. Layla Landry, your assistant director, Mr. Devin Allen, Mr. Chris Alexander, your percussion instructor, Savon Landry, and me, your boy, Trent White. Until next time, peace and good night.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
REV presents the Action Minute.
Here's the Clinical Director of Action Therapy and Wellness, Haley Leindecker.
Hi, I'm Haley Leindecker with Action Therapy and Wellness in Gonzales, and I'm here to show you some simple techniques that you can do at home to increase mobility and improve posture. The seated thoracic extension using a foam roller will improve your posture. Support your neck with your hands and keep your feet flat on the ground. Lean back over the foam roller while keeping your lower back neutral. Standing wand flexion is easy and very effective. Using a shoulder width grip, keep your arms straight and slowly raise the wand overhead as far as comfortable. For the pectoralis stretch, stand near a doorway and place your forearms against the wall at a 90-degree angle. Step forward slightly till you feel a slight pull in your chest to feel a stretch. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Repeat 3 times. Action Therapy and Wellness specializes in physical therapy, sports therapy, occupational, and hand therapy. Just remember, no referrals needed. Give us a call today.
Chris's Specialty Foods has you covered for tailgating this season. We do all the prep work so you can spend time enjoying your family and friends. Steaks, burgers, sausage, chicken, wild game, and many other great pork options. Our central location is now open on Wax Road behind the Walmart. And the new Highland location serves hot lunches and has a meeting space for your work team. New Orleans and Millerville are rocking as well. It's fast, affordable, and delicious. It's Chris's Specialty Foods.
Everybody loves Chris's.
Still at halftime here. We really want to thank Dr. Robinson again for being with us at halftime. And Timmy, what a great first half it was. But we got to talk about some of these wonderful Hall of Fame inductees that we're about to see.
Yeah, oh, excuse me, Jimmy. Great crew. We got Kenneth Stell, Elgin Garnett, Claude Barnes, Lanisha Stevens, and Spencer Harvey. And look, a lot of these guys takes me back to my childhood, as my father was the principal here at Donaldsonville High School, back when a lot of these ladies and gentlemen played here. And I remember one story I'll never forget, 1986. I was 10 years old, but I remember it like yesterday. One of our inductees, Spencer Harvey. I'm going to give me some water.
Yeah, absolutely. We're going to listen a little bit while they introduce some of the inductees.
She saw fire and passion in the sport and continued her journey on becoming someone special. Along the way, the journey wasn't always easy, but she accepted the challenges and became a better player and teammate. Her accolades include being state quarterfinalist in 06 and 07, second team All-State, All-Metro team, state finalist, All-State honorable mention, 1,000-point club in 2008 and 9, All-District district champs, state quarterfinalists in college from 2009 to 2013, 2-time SWAC regular season champion and SWAC tournament champ, SWAC player of the week, and third team All-SWAC. Beyond individual accolades, Nisha has been a mentor, leader, and advocate. She has inspired countless individuals through coaching, mentoring, community involvement, leaving a legacy that will influence future generations. She would like to thank many of her coaches for always believing in her and teaching her the game. Special thanks to her teammates and many others for the many lessons that helped to build her character and overcoming adversity through the game of basketball and life. Everyone give a round of applause for Miss Lanisha Stevens. A true athletic powerhouse, Claude Barnes, class of 1983, dominated the football field, basketball court, and baseball diamond at Donaldsonville High School. He earned all district honors in all three sports and was named the first team All-State player in both football and baseball. Recognized as one of Louisiana's top 15 blue-chip recruits his senior year. This earned him a full scholarship to Louisiana Tech University. After his athletic career was cut short by a knee injury, Claude decided that he would dedicate his life to mentoring youth athletes. He spent over 30 years coaching high school football and 7 years coaching baseball at institutions in California and Georgia. Beyond sports, Claude is committed to entrepreneurship and community leadership. He has owned a security company and a seafood cafe. He also operates an award-winning bed and breakfast with his wife, Ingrid. He also serves as a speaker for a Better Way Men's Ministry and is a past volunteer of the Fellowship of Christian Athletes. Claude's legacy is defined by his unwavering dedication to uplifting his community both on and off the field. Give a round of applause for Claude Barnes. Our next inductee, Elgin Garnett. It is with great pride that we induct Elgin Garnett into Donaldsonville High's Hall of Fame. Elgin, exemplary athletic career marked by consistent excellence, and leadership in both football and track from 2000 through 2003, embodies the spirit and dedication that the Hall of Fame seeks to honor. Being inducted to Donaldsonville's Athletic Hall of Fame means everything. I've put a lot of sweat and tears into the athletic program. I've always been proud to say I'm from Donaldsonville. I would like to thank my T. Marinell, my Uncle Mike, for exposing me to the quality athletic programs from a young age, always making sure I had what I needed and always having me where I needed to be. Thank you, Dad, for how firm you were on me. And most of all, Mom, just thank you, lady. Garnett's versatility and competitive spirit brought honor to Donaldsonville High School. He excelled individually in sprints and jumps, as well as contributed significantly to relay teams and football, showing his dedication, athleticism, and teamwork while he attended DHS. Let's give a round of applause for Elgin Garnett. Spencer Harvey is a 1986 graduate of Donaldsonville High School. He's married to Dion Harvey and has 5 kids, Romel, Brittany, Casey, Bianca, and Deja, and they also have 9 grandsons. He is one of the most decorated high school athletes to ever wear a Tiger uniform. He competed in 4 sports from 1982 to 86. He was named All-State in 3 out of 4 sports that he played. In football, he was the only freshman that started with varsity, and he was a 4-year letterman. In basketball, he was a 3-year letterman and a 3-year starter and a member of the all-district team his senior year. In baseball, he was a 4-year letterman and a 3-year starter. He was a member of the track team his senior year, becoming one of the very few athletes to participate in 2 sports in the same season. He held the 100-meter record with a time of 10.5 seconds until it was broken. He was a part of the 4x200-meter relay team that won the state championship his senior year and was named to the all-state team. He ran the state track meet and played state baseball playoff game all in the same day, making him the first and only Tiger athlete to ever participate in 2 high school sporting events on the same day. After high school, he attended Henderson State University on a football scholarship. Let's give a round of applause for Spencer Harvey. Kenneth Snell. Kenneth is a native of Donaldsonville and a 1981 graduate of Donaldsonville High School. At DHS, his outstanding performance earned him all-district honors in football. He also earned Player of the Week on multiple occasions for his game-changing plays. Stell was recognized for his outstanding performance, skill, and impact on the field throughout the season. Following his high school years, he continued playing football at the Southern University as a free safety. He is currently serving as a captain of the Gonzales Police Department. In addition to his law enforcement career, he owns and operates 2 businesses. Stell believes hard work and discipline are the foundations of success. Let's give a round of applause for Kenneth Stell. Thank you, Hall of Famers, for all of your dedication and hard work to Donaldsonville High School.
Well, that was wonderful to see, and we certainly congratulate the 5 inductees into the Donaldsonville Athletic Hall of Fame. Listening to those biographies are just amazing, all the accomplishments that those folks have accomplished in their athletic careers here at Donaldsonville.
Absolutely, Jimmy. And as I was saying before I started choking.
Well, we've even added that to our list of things tonight.
Absolutely. It just brings me back to a lot of memories I remember as a child. My father was the principal here. I was at every athletic event. And one thing I'll never forget as a 10-year-old kid in 1986, Spencer Harvey, one of our inductees, we went to LSU watch him run in the state championship track meet, which he won a couple events. I don't want to lie, I know 4x100 meter relay was one of them. Then we came back to Donaldsonville, where they played a quarterfinal baseball game against undefeated John Curtis, who at the time was coached by J.T. Curtis, obviously the all-time winningest high school football coach. And they beat John Curtis 2-1. Gerald Alexander, who went on to play for Tulane and the Texas Rangers, was the pitcher. Spencer Harvey was the catcher.
Wow.
First pitch of the game, Alexander threw was hit for a home run, and that was the only base run that he allowed all night. And Donaldsonville ended up winning that game 2-1 over John Curtis. So that was so Spencer, ran in the state championship track meet and played and won a quarterfinal baseball game in the same day. So
that is amazing for sure.
Not too many people got that on their resume for sure.
No, you're right about that. Well, we are awaiting the teams to come out from the locker room, but I'll tell you what, if the second half is anything like the first, the defense has been very, very good for Donaldsonville as well as the offense, but the defense has really stymied this Pelican football team.
Yeah, just to get a first down has been such a task for Port Allen, much less scoring opportunities, just to get a first down. So, stifling defense by the Tigers. Nearly unstoppable on offense. The only really ways they've been stopping themselves with some penalties and kind of dominating in the special teams as well. So really complete in all 3 phases of the game. So I think Coach Lee's got to be happy with that, with the exception of those penalties on offense.
Well, we've talked a lot about, again, we mentioned the skill players and the defense, but I really got to hand it to the offensive line for Donaldsonville. Sanders, Riley, the 2 Dunham boys, Sterling, and even Jaden Allen at tight end. They have opened up holes, and they've been doing, and the receivers have been doing a good job blocking downfield. I think the whole offense has really come together and gelled well in this game, and they're just continuing from what they did last week against Assumption.
Great point. Just a great performance so far by the offensive line. Always unheralded. Nobody, their names is not up on the billboard. But, games are won and lost, as you know, up front. And those are the guys you talk about the least. The only time you notice them, Jimmy, is when you miss a block.
That's right. Or you get a holding call.
You get a holding call. But, those are the guys up there who determine whether the game's a win or loss. It's won or loss up front. I don't care which level of football. If you tell them anywhere from high school to the NFL, games are won and lost up front, and they get so little recognition, but those are guys that make it happen. So excellent pointing out that Donaldsonville line play so far tonight.
Well, both teams are back on the field finally, and we're about to start the third quarter for sure. And it's still raining here. I looked at the radar, Jimmy, and there is one little tiny cell. And I don't know if it's like chained to Donaldsonville or what, but it hadn't moved. It's slacking off a little bit, but it wasn't supposed to rain anywhere in South Louisiana for the next 2 weeks.
Well, I checked the news this morning, and it said we had a 0% chance of chain delay, 0% chance of drone delay, and 0% chance of rain. So they were over 3 on that call.
Man, oh, man. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll start the third quarter. Don't go anywhere, folks. We got a lot of football left to play here from Floyd Boutte Stadium right here in Donaldsonville. Back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Pennsylvania. I said PA a second ago, and now in Pennsylvania. Port Allen will get the ball first in the third quarter. While we have a second, let's take a look at the games coming up on the Rev Game of the Week for the following couple of weeks here. We've got some good ones coming up, and you'll see right there, streaming on live on Rev Sports 1. Next week, it'll be Collegiate Baton Rouge at Dutchtown. That'll be homecoming for Dutchtown. Jeff Porsche and Jonathan Moore will be on the call for that one. Coach Swacker and I, our very own Hall of Famer from Santa Ma, will be at Santa Ma for John F. Kennedy. And in 2 weeks, it's Dutchtown hosting Prairieville, and Scotlandville will travel to Santa Ma for homecoming on that one. We're looking forward to that. And, of course, coming up on Thursday, October 30th, Berwick at Donaldsonville. You can catch all of these games on Rev Sports 1 and Rev Sports 2. And, of course, you can catch them on demand anytime you want right there on YouTube.
Yeah, ready to get some second half action going. Looking back at the first half, one thing that really stuck out for me for this Donaldsonville offense is the spreading of the wealth.
Right.
We've seen it from a number of guys, whether it was Kenzie Littles, Donald Brown, Skylar Garrison, Quentin Dabney, Anthony Johnson. So, all players have been effective, so it makes it tough for a defense. You can't really key in on one guy, and all this being done, without star player Kai Jones, but really doing a good job of spreading the wealth, staying balanced. So a lot of weapons on this Donaldsonville Tigers offense has been on display so far here tonight.
And they have been nearly flawless. A few penalties and a couple of errant passes, but nothing to really slow them down at all. In fact, they've only been slowed down one time. They had to punt the ball on their second drive, but they haven't been stopped since.
No, and like you said, who do you defend here in the second half if you're Port Allen? They've spread the ball around. So, 30-0. Tigers in a very comfortable spot here at halftime. So we'll see what the second half has in store for us.
But you mentioned it earlier, is that sometimes when you get a lead like this, you kind of slack off a bit. And that's something that I know Coach Darnell Lee is not going to allow them to have happen and keep them mentally focused.
Yeah, we call it complacency, and, you can't fool them. I mean, everybody in those black uniforms know that they're up 30-0 right now. So that's always a challenge for your coaches. Is, play like the game 0-0 even when it's not. So, be a test to the Tigers right here, to not get complacent, finish the job, and that's something Coach Lee and his staff will be looking for here in the second half.
Well, and it may give the Tigers an opportunity to play some guys that might not normally play as much in the second half, so that's a good learning experience for all of them. Gonzalez will put his foot into it, and he booms it. Not quite as long as the other ones, but it bounces, and then they drop it looking for it, and he has to fall on it. That's Lanes, and Lanes has played quarterback for Cade Lockett a lot of the first half, and he had to fall on that one. The ball's a little slick, probably. The rain has slacked off, but it's still sprinkling a bit.
And one lesson your special teams coach is going to tell you on those kickoffs, if you can catch them in the air, catch them in the air, because once they hit that ground, anything can happen. It's a live ball. So Pelicans really fortunate, to retain possession after the kickoff, but definitely starting off in not ideal field position for sure.
So they'll have it 1st and 10, starting at their own 18-yard line. That'll make it the 17. Lanes is still in at quarterback. Now they've had a late entrant into the game. He came on late. He's now in the slot. Didn't see the number, but handoff to the tailback, and he goes nowhere. That was DeCaleb Green making the stop.
And Green's, that's a name we've called quite a bit. We talked about line play in that offensive line, but the Tiger defensive line has been equally as stout here tonight.
You're right. They have certainly handled the ball, handled the power of the Pelican offensive line. And, that's a return. Let's try again. A veteran squad up front for the Pelicans. They had 4 returning starters from last year's team.
That's kind of something they were going to lean on. We thought coming in tonight is that offensive line play. But, Tigers on the defensive line has certainly been up for the challenge.
Handoff to the tailback. Slips one tackle, but he's brought down by number 21, Aaron Thomas, coming up from his cornerback spot. That was Williams carrying.
Yeah, and Zaylen Phillips, coming from that outside linebacker position, really disrupted it. Kind of slipped away, and Thomas was right there to finish it off the job.
Lose a couple on that one. It brings up 3rd down and 14. Quick scoring update. East Ascension leading Salmon Big 34-13 in the 3rd quarter. Would be a good win if they could pull that one off and maintain that lead.
Spartans looking for their first win of the year after a tough loss last week.
Third down, hands off to the tailback. A little bit of running room. Still on his feet. Close to the 25-yard line. He picked up about 9 yards, but he still got a third and make it a 4th and 4.
Right, and it just shows you, what a bad position those negative plays.
Right.
Any offense you want to avoid the negative plays, and you see why. Good run on 3rd down, but, really for nothing because, that 1st and 2nd down gets you so far behind the sticks.
They huddle up for the first time. We haven't seen them huddle yet this game, I don't believe, for the Pelicans. They're going to go for it on 4th. At least that's what it appears. They may drop back and quick kick it, but right now it looks like they're going for it on 4th and 4.
Looks like a receiver.
Timeout.
Maybe a timeout.
Timeout call. Maybe they're going to try to get him to jump, but the Pelicans call timeout.
Timeout, Port Allen.
Another scoring update. 9 minutes left in the ballgame. This one's moving quickly. It is tied up. Prairieville and Parkview 14 apiece. That would be a big game. If Prairieville could pull off a victory over Parkview, that would be huge for their program.
That would be huge. And, second year of the program, Coach Schmidt, it's tough building a program, as we talked about when Dutchtown came about years ago. Those first 2 or 3 years, very difficult because you really don't have your full allotment. Your roster's not full. Those kids are still at their home-based schools. So, that'd be a huge win if they can go up there and upset Parkview.
They changed their mind and decide to punt. Rodrigue will set up to receive the punt at about his own, but make that the Port Allen 45. Bennett will put his foot into it. Good snap that time. Gets it away, and it's a good punt. This is the best punt he's had all night. It will bounce and take a Port Allen bounce, but it goes out of bounds at the 43-yard line.
Yeah, definitely the best punt we've seen tonight. They have struggled with the punt game. One other good one he got off, Roderick actually returned it for a touchdown. So you kind of think they had that in mind, kind of angled it towards the sideline to not give Roderick opportunity to return it.
But still great field position for the Tigers. 1st and 10 from their own 43.
I feel I might see a heavy dose of Mr. Anthony Johnson here on this drive.
Dropping back is Garrison. Garrison, another pass in the middle of that zone to Brown. Brown's got a blocker out in front. 4 white jerseys around him, but they finally bring him down at the 25-yard line, and a flag is down.
Of course,
Brown on the reception.
you know, and
Garrison.
we talked about it
First
earlier.
down, Tigers.
That zone in the middle of that defense, it had that soft spot over the middle, and Tigers have attacked it all night. However, all too common theme for the night, another big play negated by a Tiger penalty.
The 6 Tiger penalty, 4 of those have been on big plays.
Jimmy, we haven't had penalties on 1-yard gains. I
Nope.
mean, it's been gashing plays of 30 plus.
Mic check, mic check.
So it'll back them up. And it'll bring up 1st and 20. Nope, make that, they brought it back up. So it's 1st and 16. It is 0. He's got some room. Anthony Johnson. Johnson's going to get close to the 1st down. Picks up 13, or make that 15 of the 16 he needed.
And Donaldsonville has been very effective at overcoming those penalties we've seen so far tonight. As you know, you 1st and long, and Johnson to get it in second and short.
About 2nd and 2. And a flag will fly.
Yeah, and that's something we've seen a lot. Pelicans just jumping in that neutral zone, giving some Tigers some free 5 yards gifts. That one's going to be enough for a 1st down.
Encroachment called against the defense.
That's their 6th penalty of the night, but theirs have been smaller penalties, 5-yard penalties. Not only had 1, maybe 2, 10 or 15-yarders, and that's not the way that it has gone for the Tigers.
That is for certain.
And the penalties are coming at such inopportune times for the Donaldsonville. 2 touchdowns called back, I believe, or at least 1 touchdown called back, and 1 close to the 1-inch line. But they still managed to punch it in. So this will be A.J. Johnson again, and he's going to be ridden to the turf. I think that was Kevin West.
Yeah, he saw a little something out on the left side, tried to cut it back, but West, good job making an open field tackle.
Thank you to all of our Tigers fans that
Brings up 2nd down and 9.
fighting Tigers each week. We appreciate you.
Looks like the rain has stopped. Almost. Still coming down a little bit. That was a freaky thing.
Expect the unexpected here tonight.
I'm telling you. Easy lead. Oh, no. Got a fall on it. It's a huge loss. I was watching A.J. Johnson.
I thought Johnson had the ball. Fooled us both up here, but the pitch just was not there. He was trying to pitch it to Donald Brown. Way off base. Brown actually would have had some running room. Just couldn't get the pitch off.
They lose 7. And you can see him, the rain has come down enough that the turf is a little bit slick. There's no question. And he couldn't quite get his footing when he was trying to get back to the ball on the ground.
Yeah, there was some slipping going on.
3rd and 17, 16. Pass into the flats. Almost missed, but he managed to grab it. It's Little. Little will get the first down. He picks up 18, just enough.
Little's just a guy, can't say it enough, just stepping up, has an opportunity due to another injury and stepping up, and you have an opportunity. He certainly made the most of it. Had a couple of touchdowns last week, and nice target here for Mr. Garrison, starting to get comfortable at 12-7 connection.
Only a junior is Kenzie Little. Again, you mentioned he had 2 touchdowns, but 3 receptions for 88 yards last week. That's a pretty good game for that young man. Out of the pistol, Brown will go in motion. Hand off to A.J. A.J.'s got some room. Steamrolls his way to the 20-yard line. Man, he's so fast when he makes that break. When he hits that hole, he is moving.
And you said it, Jimmy, we talk about that offensive line. I mean, you can look at that group up front, just really holding those blocks, and Mr. Johnson reaping the benefits of some good work up front.
Jason Williams drug him down. It's going to be Johnson again. Nope, check that. It's going to be Garrison. Garrison will slide down at the 4.
Thought he could have made it in the end zone right there.
First down, Tigers.
First and goal from the 4. I thought he would have.
He's a better man than me, Jimmy. My eyes would have been wide open if I see that end zone right there.
Absolutely. Timeout Pelicans. So Port Allen has used 2 of their 3 timeouts.
Cheerleaders, Sonic Boombox, and Tigerettes for their continued music and entertainment.
Well, Donaldsonville offense just threatening again.
Thank you to the following persons and businesses for sponsorship, pregame meals for our fighting.
Top 10 in Class 3A. Got some pretty good teams. Obviously, they're in the top 10. They got to be pretty good. St. James is number 1. Sterlington is number 2. U High here in the Baton Rouge in the capital area. Madison Prep also in Baton Rouge. Church Point is 5. Jules Sumner is 6. Kennedy is number 7, who we will see against Sanamaw next week. Amite is 8. Bunkie comes in at 9. And Lake Charles College Prep is number 10. So some teams from around the area in the top 10 in 3A.
3A should be kind of up for grabs. You always got the, St. James. We'll say that name over and over again. It looks like Union Parish, who's really been a top competitor for St. James. They've had some good ones over the years, is down this year, but that's always a tough district up there with Sterlington and Richwood and those guys up in the Monroe area.
All right, first and goal from the 4. This will be the 6th play of the drive, which started back at their own 43.
Like Brown back in that quarterback.
You're right. And he will hand it off to number 3, Quentin Dabney, and touchdown for the Tigers. Yeah. So it was nice of Garrison to let somebody else get in the end zone, right?
We talk about sharing the wealth. He's all about it. In a giving mood. Tigers put Brown in that quarterback. Maybe thinking we're gonna throw the jump ball up to Garrison at receiver, but they go to the opposite direction with Dabney, and Dabney gets in the end zone for another Tiger touchdown.
I like the way he lowered the shoulder and really punished the defender at the goal line. Kick is up for Gonzalez, and it is good. So 37-0 now is the score. 6:28 left to go in the third quarter. The Tigers handling business here at Floyd Boutte Stadium. We'll be back after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
57-yard drive in 6 plays, capped off by a 4-yard touchdown run by Quentin Dabney.
So we got to see on that drive. We talked about spread the wealth. We saw Garrison running. We saw Littles receiving. We saw Anthony Johnson with the power running, and Quentin Dabney. And also Donald Brown had a big play negated by penalty. But so a lot of Tigers contributing on that drive right there.
And you mentioned it again, a great offensive line play to open up those holes. They will catch this one in the air. This is Monkeith and Brown on the return, and they'll take over 1st and 10. Will the Pelicans. Again, they have punted on every single drive so far. They've only had 2 first downs, I believe. And they have not started with great field position on any of their possessions.
Yeah, second year defensive coordinator Javen Johnson, one of these young coaches on Coach Lee's staff. He's really talking to him today. He really feels comfortable about the guys understanding their roles a little better than they did last year and understanding what they're trying to do. But Tiger defense has just been outstanding so far tonight.
We've used the word relentless, and I think it's a perfect word to describe. There's a flag coming in before the ball is snapped.
Might be too many guys on the field, I would think.
Yep. And somebody will come off. And these are the kind of things that drive coaches crazy. But, again, a young team, a lot of sophomores playing for Port Allen. And it backs them up 5. It brings up 1st and 15.
We talked about the negative plays. Obviously, that wasn't a play, but now you're stuck with 1st and 15. Those early plays, them third longs are really not manageable, and they've been in those third down positions all night. See if they can make up for that 5-yard penalty here.
It'll be Lanes looking for a hole, and there's nowhere to go, and he is just swallowed. Still on his feet. Somehow he broke free, but then he slips. Oh, man, there's a flag. It's going to be a late hit.
Yeah, I thought he was swallowed up too, Jimmy, looking at the replay here. You got Josh Roderick coming from that safety position, hitting him in the backfield.
I'm not sure who 55 is because we had Robert Clark listed at 55, but Coach told us he changed his number to 99, so we didn't get an update on who 55 is.
Yeah, Clark's 99. I see him.
But he did a good job out there.
Definitely. Looks like the Tigers. We got Jimmy. We got a late hit.
Yeah, I think so. A late hit and an injured player. Maybe Lane. I believe it is Lane's down. In case you didn't know, the REV Game of the Week has expanded this year. We actually have a third game on our REV Game of the Week expanded, and it is next week will be Prairieville at Riverside Academy. That one is streamed on the VSN network. It is a subscription service, but it is worth it if you love high school football. You'll get some really great games. Rob Mushmack and Dennis McCain do the call for that game. So, again, it'll be Prairieville and Riverside on REV Game of the Week expanded.
That should be a good one to watch. I was able to see Riverside and Jamboree early this year, and those guys are loaded with talent. They got a lot of talent. Lost in the opening game against Terrebonne, but it was a very close game, and they're playing up. Riverside a single A team, but playing up to I think it's 4A Terrebonne, and it was a one possession game. But Riverside's got a lot of talent, I can tell you.
Well, we still have an injured player on the field, and we hope he's okay. While we have a minute, East Ascension still leading over Salmon with 7:13 left in the third, 42-28. The Spartans leading Salmon. Man, he is. So he ran the football, and then we looked like he had been tackled. I mean, I really thought he had been tackled. He's up on his feet now, thank goodness. But he squirted away and then slipped, and then I don't think anybody meant to fall on him like they did, but it was a late hit, and they called it. We'll watch it right here. Now, he is going to be, looks like he's just done. He's dead to rights right here by Rodrigue.
And I thought he was down, Jimmy. He just popped out of nowhere.
And then he slips. And then, I don't know if it was 55 or Caden Sanders 51 that fell on him, but nonetheless, it'll give him a 15-yard penalty and a first down.
Yeah, I think it was kind of strange. I don't think the defender was anticipating him falling.
Right,
He was
right,
kind of
right,
launching at the time. Still, understandable call.
Yeah.
I just don't think there was any bad intent to it.
I agree. So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll have the ball now at the 40-yard line. And we're 9 seconds away from a hydration timeout, which I guess we're going to have to take because it's in the rules. So even though we had a long timeout right there for an injury, we'll take the hydration timeout as well. And we will take a quick break and be back with you in just a minute. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got 6 minutes left in the third, and it is 37-0. All Tigers here at Floyd Butte. Back in a minute on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
I'm telling you. Welcome back, everybody. The scoreboard has gone out now, which is exciting. Oh, there it is. It came back. Okay, just taking a breather.
Need a break, too. It's hydration time off of the scoreboard as well.
Very good. And we just swarm. I don't have any other way to put it.
Yeah,
they are just so relentless. They're so difficult to deal with.
Just nowhere to go. If you look at it, there's 8 Donaldsonville Tiger defenders right around the football right there. So just good pursuit. Setting the edge on the defense, just nowhere to go for Lane.
Well, we do have a new return man for the Tigers. It'll be number 11, Arzen Millen. Is it Milan or Millen?
Asrin Milan.
Milan, excuse me. So Milan will get an opportunity. He's a senior. See if he can put his stamp on this football game. 37-0 and the clock rolling at 4:22 left in the third. We still got a lot of football left. High snap, comes back, and he will get it off. It'll be a line drive kick and bounce. I think Milan needs to stay away from that one, and he does. It will roll down to the 34-yard line, and that is where the Tigers will take over. Oh, we got everything back up and running.
Yeah, I think Milan really wanted to field that one, but good job by that Pelican punt team getting downfield and coverage.
So we are expecting to see probably a few more guys that have not seen a lot of action will be in the game for this one to start this off. Let's see who's going to be quarterback. Garrison is not in there.
Probably going to be Zale and Paul. He's played a lot of JV quarterback so far this year. Number 18.
1st and 10 for the Tigers. Let's see if the new squad can make some hay just like the first string did. Carry was number 22. That was Corey Hinton on his first carry of the night.
Yeah, Tigers getting some guys, some experience that'll pay off, for these guys in the future.
Well, he picks up 4 on his first carry, so that was a good effort. New offensive line is going to have to see if they can establish the line of scrimmage, and it's going to be Hinton again, and Hinton will take it close to a first down, and I think he's got enough. It's going to be very close.
Hinton running good. We hadn't seen him carry the ball tonight, but what a burst, hitting that hole, hitting the line quick.
Timeout on the field. I don't know if there's another injured player. I don't see anybody down. The referee called the timeout on, it was his timeout. It wasn't unless they're going to measure it, which they're not. Nobody ever measures anymore.
No, we were talking about it. It's funny you say that. I guess the vision of the referees in this area is a lot better.
Maybe
Is
so.
that what it is?
I mean, it's got to be it, right? We're running the clock now, so I don't know why they called the timeout, but they did.
Not sure if the Tigers are aware as they're still huddled on the sideline.
They're not in too much hurry, I don't think. Give you some of the numbers. Jaden Brown, number 68, is in the line, along with number 52. Well, Rayshawn Dunn has been in there. But 68 is new. 1st and 10. A little flip. Got a little bit of running room. That's Jadarius Rome.
Yeah, Rome's kid, he's got a lot of speed. Actually caught about an 80-yard touchdown pass in the JV game against Assumption last week to win it in the last minute. And Tigers beat Assumption 8-6 in that JV game, and Rome had a last-minute heroic 80-yard touchdown reception.
Not a bad way to do it. 2:12 and the clock ticks. Zaylen Paul is your quarterback, and they'll hand off again to Hinton. Hinton will make some progress, but then be thrown back. I think his forward progress gets him a first down.
Yeah, I think they are moving the chains. Got knocked back, but forward progress was enough for that first down.
So this offensive line that has come in from the bench is making their presence felt. And some reserve running backs getting some time in Hinton and Rome and others moving the football. Paul will take it himself. He's got some room. He's going to try to turn the corner, and he just gets out of bounds. Picks up a couple.
Looking like a little frustration of some of the Tiger coaches. I think they kind of wanted Paul to turn that upfield. I think there was some more not green grass, but some green turf that he could have taken advantage of, but he opted to run out of bounds. Still a positive gain.
Got more yardage than I thought. He picks up 4.5 or 5. So it brings up second down. Dropping back, first pass for Rome, and it's caught off a deflection. It looked like it was going to be intercepted. It bounced off one of the Pelican defenders' hands and right into the midst of one of the Tigers' receivers.
Not sure if Coach Mobley, Tiger offensive coordinator, drew it up like this, but sometimes when it's your night, it's just your night.
That was Milan, wasn't it?
I think that was Milan, number 11.
And they got another first down. Man, that was when it's going right for you, it's just going right for you. Oh, he dropped the football, squirted right out from him, and he has to make the tackle, does Paul. He pulled the ball back from his running back, Hinton, and it just jumped out of his hand.
Yeah, I mean, we talk about when it's going right, it's going right. That didn't go right there.
No. But pulls it, and he's got a couple of steps, and then
he's just trying to tuck it, and it just flies out like nobody's business. So,
man, seen some things tonight. So they fumble the football, and that's the first turnover of the night.
Yeah, and certainly some of the best starting field position Port Allen has seen tonight, as they've been in their down in their own territory most of the night. So starting to drive in Tiger territory. See, maybe they might want to get a little aggressive. They look for their first score of the night.
Well, we've got some new defenders in there as well, so lots of guys getting playing time, which is exactly the way it should be when you're up 37-0. So be a handoff. Doesn't go for much, so even the second-string defense is doing well against Jason Williams. Picks up 2, brings up second down and 8.
You know, opportunities, you know, you talk about anything in life. When you get your opportunity, make the most of it. So those guys are more than excited to be out there for this opportunity. So, you get a chance to get some snaps on film and catch some coaches' eyes. But those guys really coming out there and playing hard.
Second down. Lane back on the field, throwing the football, and it's at the feet of actually the cornerback, number 25, Marcus Mayo.
Yeah, that's another guy getting an opportunity to be out there. Mayo, good coverage. Like you said, thrown right at Mayo's feet.
Should be third down, I think. Yep, there we go. It's hard to believe we still have a quarter of football left. Handoff. Off the right side, off the left side, and that's number 28, the freshman, Darwin Royal. And Royal is going to be shy of the first down, brings up fourth.
Yeah, it looked like he had a hole there, but the Tigers converged on it.
Merrill LeBlanc was the guy that stopped him, and that will do it for the for the third quarter. We head to the final stanza, 37-0, the Tigers lead. We will be back right after this on the Rev Game of the Week.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
Still 14-14 at Prairieville as they're battling Parkview in the latter stages of that game. 2:18 left in the third. East Ascension had a pretty big lead, but Salmon's coming back. 42-35 now. East Ascension still leading, but that gap is diminishing.
Well, sounds like one you watched, you called last night with that Santa Marcia Celia game. I mean,
man,
no lead is safe.
That's right.
Although I think Donaldsonville feeling pretty safe right now with a 37-0 lead going here in the fourth quarter.
We've seen a lot tonight. I don't think we're going to see that. But who knows? I'm not saying anything else. Fourth down and 5.
And you see the Tigers shuffling some more new guys out there on the defensive side.
Yep, you got Zion Davis coming off the field along with Carter. They're going to go for it on 4th and 5. And you said it a minute ago, this is an opportunity for some of the younger guys to really make a little name for themselves. Or at least, have an opportunity to show the coaches what they've got. Going to be a run up the middle, and Lanes is going to have the first down by about a yard, maybe 2, and it brings they'll get a first down out of that one.
Yeah, I think Lane wants to push it downfield, but he saw that opening and attacked it and knew exactly where those sticks were to get the first down. Pelicans looking to get on the scoreboard here. It's one of their better scoring opportunities in terms of field position they've had all night.
Yeah, they started this one into Donaldsonville territory for the first time all night long. This is their 8th possession and definitely the best field position, and they've punted on all 7 of their previous offensive possessions.
Another one of those young guys right there, Merrill LeBlanc, getting the backfield, making the most of his opportunity to be out here in the varsity game.
It was Darwin Royal on the carry. Brings up 2nd and 10. He went nowhere, like you said.
And LeBlanc, who made the tackle, the coaches really like him, a hard-working kid, just a sophomore. Definitely plans for him in the future.
Lanes will pull it back down and keep it himself. He will be slammed at the 29-yard line. He picks up 6.
Yeah, good read by Lane, run a little zone read right there. Saw that end kind of pinching in. Just pulled it for a positive gain. That's Pels looking for positive gains on that first and second down, something they have struggled with tonight.
Referee called timeout again.
Just what we didn't want, another stoppage of play.
Right.
Okay, this will be a quick one, though.
Now we're running. Third down and 4. It will be Lanes again. He darts his way into the opening in the hole. He's got some room, but he will be chased down from behind. I believe that was Aaron Thomas on the stop. Maybe not.
Looks like number 34, Kenneth Warner.
Ah, good.
Warner, Tiger defensive back.
Well, first time for the red zone opportunity for the Pelicans. Brings up first and 10 from the 13-yard line. Handoff to Royal, the freshman. Royal high steps and jumps his way for a couple. Stays in bounds. He gets actually about 5 out of that one.
Gets inside the 10. Been an uncommon area of the field for the Pelican offense. So see if they can get on the board here for the first time tonight.
Well, this defense needs to prove something. They really don't want to let a score here, even if it is, your second stringer.
Well, those varsity defenders are out there. You could see them on the sideline cheering. They want to preserve that shutout.
Definitely.
It'll be on the younger guys' shoulders to do that.
They can still get a first down at the 4-yard line. Drop the ball, Lanes. Nope, blow the play dead.
Looked like he may have snapped it because the ball was snapped and nobody was really moving.
False start is going to be the call to back him up 5. That's unfortunate for the Pelicans. 2nd and 9 now.
See big number 99, Robert Clark, getting back in there. Secure that defensive line as the Pels get a little closer to that goal line.
Brings up 2nd and 9 now from the 11-yard line. Lane looks to throw it, and it's knocked away. Great defensive play by Rome. No, Paul, 18.
So, yeah, look, like I said, you could see those defensive starters on the sideline urging those guys on. They really want to preserve that shutout. Those younger guys come step up. Paul making a great play right there.
3rd down and 9. If they could get 2 more stops, it would be huge, but there's a hole right up the middle, and into the end zone goes the freshman Royal. And the Pelicans are pretty happy, and I don't blame them a bit.
Yeah, it's been a tough night for that Pels offense. So, and like we said, got some injuries, hoping to get those guys back in a couple of weeks. There's some talent on this roster, especially when we talk about up front. And get those skill guys healthy. It's a long season, and it's certainly not defined by your first 2 weeks.
So the Pelicans will go for 2. Nope. Let's try again.
Yep, no penalty, no nothing. We're just going to try it again, Jimmy.
Yeah, why not? If at first you don't succeed, try again. Boom! Good hit on the quarterback, and then they stopped him at the 3-yard line. Nowhere to go, so we have a 37-6 score. Watch it here. Ball was actually fumbled.
That's that mysterious number 55.
That's
He
right.
fell on it.
So we'll take a break. We'll be back right after this. 8:15 left to go in the ball game. You're watching the Rev Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
Well, the Pelicans go to work on offense and finally put one in the end zone, and I think it's going to be a morale booster for the Pelican squad for sure. I know the defense is going to be a little disappointed that they allowed them to score, but still a good opportunity for young guys to get out on the field and really make a mark for themselves.
Yeah, look like Tigers could be anticipating possible onside kick. They have some of their hands guys up on that front line right now.
I mean, you might as well practice it. Jadarius is back to receive it, possibly, if it goes that far. Nope, they're going to come off the field now. What in the world? Port Allen calls a timeout. They were not prepared.
So 37-6, 8 minutes ago, we're going to call a timeout on a kickoff.
You know what? We often do this. Coach David Swacker is very, very fond of talking about the Ascension Parish Middle School scores. So in tribute to him, we're going to talk and tell you who and how the middle schools played this week. And it was very close in several games. Galvez over Dutchtown 8-6. Sanamaw beat Lowry 20-18. Gonzales 38 to Prairieville's 22. And Central over Bluff by 4, 16-12.
If you want to talk some middle school football, Coach Swack, you can certainly do that. He can be found at a golf course near you.
You're not kidding. Must be nice. All right, 8:15 left to go in the ball game. They've decided to get on the field, and
kind of surprised Tigers have nobody deep. You'd have one guy back there.
St. James destroyed West St. John 52-6 tonight. Of course, number one in 3A, St. James. Nice job for Brown to go back and collect the football. He will be ridden to the turf across the 40-yard line. A flag's going to fly, and everybody's mad. That was way, way, way from the play. And I don't know if it's offsetting possibly, but
referee looking to get him to kiss and make up here. They get another talking to. We've seen a couple talking tos here tonight. This has been a relatively clean game in terms of
that type of extracurricular stuff. Another score coming in. Kaplan shutting out Berwick 35-0 in the third quarter. They're waving off the flag. I guess the sit down talking with the principal was enough.
Came out. He got the results he was looking for. Flag not necessary.
And that's good. I like that. I like that. I think that's fine.
Absolutely.
1st and 10 for the offense of the Tigers. They have been fairly unstoppable this game. They've only been stopped twice. We got a whole bunch of new guys out there playing, however, and they are not quite having the success that the first team had, but still doing well.
Okay, another guy on the line, number 68, Jaden Brown out there.
So Paul is your quarterback. Zion Paul. And it brings up 2nd down and 9. Handoff again, up the middle. Tries to pick his way for a few yards, and he will cross the 45 to the 46-yard line and brings up 3rd.
Young guy's running hard, though. Corey Hinton again. We've seen Hinton get several carries here in the fourth quarter so far.
So 3rd and 6. Clock rolling.
See if Paul might pull this one and keep this one here on third down.
As long as he hangs on to that football.
Which he was unable to do last possession.
They're coming for him, dropping back to pass. Paul's got nowhere to go, and he's going to be Pelicans swallowed up.
See number 4, Jadarius Rome, a little frustrated. It was open, but Paul just had no chance to get that one off.
So they will punt it away again. Things have changed at East Ascension. East Ascension leading 42-41.
Wow.
With 9:50 left to go in the ball game.
Well, folks definitely getting their price of admission worth at that one. A lot of fireworks, offensive fireworks going on there in Gonzales.
But it seems like, they start off really strong, gangbusters, and then toward the middle of the third quarter, things kind of change on them. At least that's the way it was last week, and it seems to be like they're kind of doing the same thing this time. I hope they can hang on with a victory, but.
Well, you hear coaches preach it all the time, 4 quarters, and that's saying that for their health.
That's right.
It's a 4-quarter game.
It's the hydration timeout, the last one of the ball game. We'll take a quick break. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back right after this one on the REV.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
6 minutes left to go in this one. It has been all Tigers all the time since the opening kickoff. But they're going to have to punt this one away for the third time tonight. And it will be Gonzales to do the honors. Mario's had a good night kicking the football, field goal wise and extra point wise and kickoff wise.
Mario's been a busy man tonight. Iced the old leg here tonight.
Tell you who else has been busy, and that's Lanes, who's now set to receive the kick. He's done just about everything on offense and some on defense. Gonzales, low snap, grabs it. Pretty good boot after the bad snap. Takes a great Tiger roll all the way down to the 13-yard line. Make it to 12. Quite a punt for that young man.
Well, that'll boost those stats up. Punting average for Mario. Good roll. Mario has been an asset tonight for the Tigers in the kicking game. Whether it be, his 2 touchbacks, extra points, field goal, couple punts. Take a bow, Mario. It's
there you
heck
go.
Of a game.
That's right. Kickers get a lot of blame when they miss something, but they don't get quite the credit they might deserve when they're just doing their jobs. All right, let's see if this defense can shut them down here for the Tigers as the Pelicans come to the line of scrimmage. They have 88 yards to go for a touchdown. 5:50 left to go in the ball game. 1st and 10 from the 12. Handoff up the middle. Number 7 carries the football, Jason Williams, and he'll be slung down. But he picks up a pretty good gain of about 6.
Yeah, you saw Merrill LeBlanc coming up, number 40 off the edge. Looked like he had a chance to make a play, kind of.
Whiffed on that one a little bit.
Kind of gave him no whiff.
But he was in the right position. Didn't know what to do with it. Nobody knows what to do with it. Lane's trying to make something happen, and he is still on his feet. I tell you, that kid is a fighter. And he is finally, the football came out. The Tigers might have the football. The referee threw his marker. No indication as of yet. No, I think they said he was down. He must have been down by contact there. But they definitely threw the marker down. It brings up 3rd and 4. Big play for this defensive squad. Carter's back into the ball game. Number 27 is Carter. They will hand off, this time to Royal. Royal, who scored the touchdown, is going to be held up shy of the first down. Good job for the defense.
Yep, young Tigers really, sticking their nose in there right now. 4th and short. Kind of anticipate the Pels going for this late in the game. So close to a first down. But I may be anticipating wrong as I see the punt unit heading out there.
A couple other guys on defense out there. You've got Raymond Anderson, number 44, 14, I think. Jaden Jasper, yep, he's out there. 88, Parker Bradley, a sophomore. 4th and 2. Milan wants to receive it, and he does. He catches it on the run. He's got a little run, picks his way up to the 10-yard line, 15-yard line, make it to 17. But a nice return on the run from Milan.
Well, Milan has a lot of speed. He returned a big kickoff back for a touchdown last year for the Tigers. Battled some injuries, but no, very fast kid, and you saw that on display right there on that punt return.
1st and 10 in great field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. Clock stopped at 3:27. Excellent opportunity for this second string offense to put some points on the board. Paul calls for the football, hands off to Hinton, and Hinton is going to be wrapped up right away.
Yeah, nothing doing right there for Hinton. Hitting the hole hard, but they really nowhere to go right there. For Corey.
Loses 2.
Jaden Jasper checking in, number 14 for the Tigers.
They're just going to let the clock run as much as they possibly can, all the way down to about 1 or about 2 or 3, and then call for the football. Quick pitch. Number 4, that's Rome. And Rome is going to be not run out of bounds. He's tackled. He stays in bounds, picks up a couple of yards.
Rome pretty shifty, not much doing there. Does a good job just to kind of maybe get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep. Got back to the original line. It brings up 3rd down and 10. $130 seconds left to go in this football game.
Well, Jimmy, week 2 almost in the books.
Seen some good games. Hit as he throws, and it's going to be almost picked off. It certainly should have been picked off. It was right in the hands of Malachi Bennett, who is a receiver and a DB. So one he should have had. He wishes he had it for sure.
It certainly was his for the taking, just unable to hang on to it.
That stops the clock at 1:52. It brings up 4th down. Let's see if they can pick up the 10 yards needed to keep this drive alive. Dropping back. Paul overthrows it right into the hands of Lanes. Lanes has got some running room down the sidelines. I don't think anybody's going to catch him. There's no flags down, and he's going to take it to the house from 99 yards for a touchdown.
Yep, Lanes had a long run, 99 yards, but there he is in the end zone, celebrating that Pelican touchdown.
Wow. Oh, that's unfortunate for the young quarterback. $37-12 is our score at the moment. No flags on the play. It was, I guess if anybody's going to do that, I'm kind of glad to see Lanes is the one that did it, because he was hurt, but he's also just done so much.
That kid is he's given everything he's had tonight on both sides of the ball. So he earned that one.
99 yards. At least that's where I spotted him, right at the 1 yard line. He might have been in the end zone or right at the goal line. But I'm saying it's 99. Going to go for 2 lanes, handing off right up the middle, and they do get the 2-point conversion. So with 1:37 left to go in the ball game, the Pelicans make it 37-14, and we will be back right after this. You're watching the REV Game of the Week.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
We love being here at Floyd Boutte Memorial Stadium, and we will be back on October 30th, all Halloween Eve, for a big one against Berwick. So we love being here. We really want to thank everybody involved with this game, not just all the folks here at Donaldsonville who are awesome, but the folks at Port Allen who helped us get all this stuff together, and we appreciate it. This is Rodrigue trying to run it back and get him the board again. He had a punt return for a touchdown earlier in the ball game. Sets up the Tigers at the 42.
And I do not anticipate the Tigers airing out the ball after that last possession. You would think run it a couple of times and put a bow on this baby.
In all phases of the game, the Tigers dominated this one, especially with their usual starters and too deep.
Yeah, I mean,
schedule.
Just defensively, offensively, like I said, special teams. Got to clean up the penalties. But, overall, certainly should be happy with the performance tonight.
So Paul will be back out there to run the quarterback spot after the interception for the touchdown, the pick 6. Going to lose a yard, brings up second down. We want to thank all the great folks that came for our pregame interview with the Donaldsonville, there they are, Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance. Their big project is to beautify the public spaces and add some signage to the area of Donaldsonville, and really appreciate the hard work that they're doing. And, of course, if you want to contribute, you can do that. Just check them out at their website. It is part of Leadership Ascension, and that is going to just about do it. They'll have to kneel it one more time, I think. Maybe not, because they're going to they'll have to kneel it one more time. My friend, this has been a fun one.
It absolutely has been. Like I said, week 2 in the books. It's the fastest 10 weeks that there is of the year. It's called the high school football season. You look forward to it so long, but, still got a lot left, a lot of good football. So it's my favorite time of the year, Jimmy. And,
Me too.
And it's been a fun one here tonight.
Well, I really enjoyed calling it with you. It's been a fun opportunity. Dr. Robinson at halftime. Of course, the Donaldsonville Hospitality Alliance pregame. And then just some really good football here by the Tigers, and they will win this one. Congratulations to the Donaldsonville Tigers coming away with a big victory, 37-14, and it really wasn't as close as the scoreboard indicates if you really want to look at it, because they really played strong the entire game. We're going to take a quick break. We're going to have the alma mater, and we'll wrap this one up. So glad that you've been joining us for the REV Game of the Week. We'll be back right after this.
Welcome to REV, delivering fiber-powered technology for both your home and your business. With phone service that connects you to what's important, internet that keeps your devices up and running, TV that delivers all the big moments, and security that protects how you live and work. All backed by local support teams right here in Louisiana. With 5-star service and reliability you can count on, we're ready to connect you to the people and places that matter most. REV.
90 years. It's not just a number. It's decades of dedication to great service. The local team at REV has been serving Louisiana families and businesses for generations. Our people have the experience to deliver a superior network, which gives you the speed and reliability to live your best life and get more done at work. We're here for your home and your business. You can count on REV. 90 years of building connections.
They're going to enjoy playing the alma mater tonight there, Timmy, because they came away with a big victory at the Donaldsonville Tigers, and let's listen to the alma mater. Congratulations to the Donaldsonville Tigers, and that is going to do it for us. I want to thank our great camera crew, Jake Tony Voisin, Jackson Fisher, of course our director, Nolan Wagasback, and back in master control, of course, our executive producer, Lyle Boudreaux. We could not do it without him at all. Timmy, it has been a fun one. It is everything we expected it to be and more, a lot more, tonight here from Donaldsonville.
Yeah, the unexpected more, but, it was a fun night. Donaldsonville starting off 2-0 first time in quite some time. A lot of momentum moving into West St. John next week. Port Allen, going to lick their wounds. You just got to get healthy if you're Port Allen. But fun night, long season, and can't wait till next week.
Absolutely. That's going to do it for Timmy Chiquette and myself, Jimmy Frederick. Have a great night, everybody. We'll see you next week at Santa Ma. Have a great one. The final score, Donaldsonville 37, Port Allen 14. Have a great night, everybody, and a great weekend. You've been watching the REV Game of the Week.